So the Bees and 51s getting ready. It should be a pretty good pitching matchup tonight. For the Bees, it'll be right-hander Steven Shell, who threw 8 shutout innings his last time out, giving up only 2 hits. And for the 51s, it'll be right-hander Chad Billingsley, who in his last outing went 8 innings and allowed only 1 hit, a clean single with 1 out in the 8th inning by the Colorado Springs Carlos Rivera. So the 2 pitchers tonight coming off outstanding outings. Can they continue their success, or will they run into a roadblock? We'll have to find out in just a little while when this game gets underway at 6:30. So if you can, come on over and enjoy tonight's game between the Bees and Las Vegas. The Bees parent club, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, at Detroit tonight, taking on the Tigers and leading by a score of 1-0. When we come back, we'll take a closer look at what happened last night here at Franklin Covey Field when the Bees beat the 51s 9-5. Right after this 2-minute timeout on ESPN 1230.
If you're renting, you're putting money directly into someone else's pocket. America First Credit Union has a variety of mortgage options to help you invest in a new home and build a solid financial future for you and your family. You can tailor your loan to your situation and your budget with low monthly payments. Visit AmericaFirst.com or stop by any America First Credit Union branch today. At America First Credit Union, members come first. Member NCUA, Equal Housing and Opportunity Lender.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates in town. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
Next.
Hi, I'd like 3 pounds of fresh salmon, and can you cut me a couple of T-bone steaks about 2 inches thick?
Yes, ma'am. Say, anyone ever tell you you look like Patricia Heaton?
Oh, thank you. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Hey, can we marinate your steaks while you shop and suggest a recipe for the salmon?
Ooh, you had me at marinade. Thanks.
Oh, now I know who you are.
Hi, I'm...
the driver of my kid's school bus.
That's me.
Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Oh, hi, Miss Heaton. Need help selecting produce?
Do you have any good cooking ideas for mushrooms and tomatoes?
How about pan-seared portobellos and roasted romas?
That sounds good.
Of course, you could saute shiitakes and tureen tomatoes, or braise the buttons and bake some beefsteak.
No more calls. We have a winner. You know your stuff.
I try. We do carry over 300 different kinds of fruits and vegetables.
You've been very helpful. How are you with auditions?
For quality and selection, Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Welcome back to Franklin Covey Field, where last night Las Vegas grabbed the early lead 1-0 on a leadoff home run in the 3rd by Sergio Garcia. But the Bees would come back in the bottom of the 4th inning. Tommy Murphy would lead off the frame with a single to center field, and that would bring Kendry Morales to the plate. Here's Morales lifting one in the air, right center field. Weber a long run. He won't get to it. It's over his head, and it rolls to the wall. Here comes Murphy around 3rd. He's headed for home, and he will score the tying run. Throw to 3rd, and Morales is safe. It's an RBI triple for Kendry Morales, and the game is tied at 1-1. So a 1-1 ball game at that point, but the Bees weren't done in the inning as the very next batter, Nick Gorneau, put Salt Lake ahead. Now Stoltz ready, the 2-2 pitch. Swung on line, past the diving Loney down the right field line. In from 3rd, Morales scores. Gorneau takes the turn at first. Young tracks it down in the corner, and Gorneau's into second base with a run-scoring double. And now the Bees have a 2-1 lead. Gorneau would later score on a Brian Speck single to center field, and Salt Lake led 3-1. Las Vegas would get an unearned run in the 6th inning to make it a 3-2 ball game, and the Bees would explode in the bottom half of the inning as Nick Gorneau led off with a double to right field. Gorneau is at second for Mike Napoli. Gorneau the lead at second. The pitch. Napoli swinging away. It's a line drive, base hit, left center field. Gorneau around 3rd will score. The ball's going to roll all the way to the warning track. Napoli around 1st, on his way to second base with an RBI double, and the Bees have a 2-run lead again at 4-2. After Brian Speck flied out, Ryan Buddy would deliver yet another double, the third of the inning, to drive home Napoli. And then after Adam Paskovich struck out, Eric Ibar walked. Then he stole second base to put runners at second and third with 2 out for Reggie Willits. To the pitch. Line to the right center field, a base hit. In comes Buddy. Ibar racing in behind him. The throw way offline. It's a 2-run single for Reggie Willits. And the Bees now have a 7-2 lead. 7-2 at that point. Willits would score on a single by Tommy Murphy, who would take second on the throw through, and then he would score on Kendry Morales' double, the 4th double of the inning for Salt Lake. And that would cap off the Bees scoring. They would lead 9-2 at that point. Las Vegas would get a run in the 8th and then 2 in the 9th, but it was too little too late as the Bees prevailed by a final score of 9-5. Just a reminder that if the Bees pitching staff combines to strike out 10 or more batters in a 9-inning game tonight, Dal Solio Distributors and Kendall Oil will donate $300 to the Multiple Sclerosis Society of Utah. Kendall Super D 3-engine oil, designed to give you what you need. When we come back, we'll take our first look at tonight's Abra scoreboard after this on ESPN 1230.
For more than 25 years, there's been a guy you've trusted, a guy you've known, Larry H. Miller. Since 1979, when Larry H. Miller opened his first automotive dealership, he's had one primary goal in mind: to make our communities grow stronger and better by offering the very best in quality, service, selection, and price. And since that day, nearly 3 decades ago, you've been there to help the Larry H. Miller dealerships become one of the largest and most respected dealership groups in the entire country. And for that, we say thank you. Today, you can choose to shop at more than a dozen of our automotive dealerships along the Wasatch Front, almost all of which feature dealership service centers on site. We also have 3 state-of-the-art collision repair facilities to serve you. We know that we could not continue to grow our business without yours. So when it comes to your next car, there's a guy you know who cares about values, honor, integrity, and trust. Larry H. Miller. After all, you know this guy.
Hi, Stock Exchange? Hi. Can I speak with a bell ringer? Yeah, the person who rings that morning bell. Oh, well, I have an announcement to make. Oh, see, I need to tell everyone on the exchange floor that I'm selling my home. Yeah, that's right, I'm selling my home. Oh, well, I need the Dow to stay up. Give those stockbrokers a little added motivation, keep the economy moving so my home will sell faster. Well, it can't hurt.
Okay, so you can't influence the economy, but choosing a Coldwell Banker residential brokerage agent will help you get the best price for your home, no matter what the market conditions are. Coldwell Banker agents are the most well-trained real estate professionals in the business. They're at the cutting edge of local and national market trends. They use the most advanced marketing tools in the industry, and they specialize in strategically positioning your home so it sells on your terms. Get every advantage when you sell your home.
Yep, still me. Still holding for that bell ringer person.
Call a Coldwell Banker professional in your neighborhood or visit utahhomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
Welcome back to Franklin Covey Field, where it's time now to take a look at what else has happened around baseball today and what's ahead tonight. On our Abra scoreboard, windshield chips or cracks got you down? Let the specialist at Abra take the worry out of your glass replacement or repair. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule your appointment. In the Pacific Coast League today, Kevin Apier and 2 relievers combined on a 7-hit shutout as Tacoma blanked Colorado Springs today by a score of 6-0. Couple of walk-off home runs in the bottom of the 9th inning at Nashville. Corey Hart with his 4th home run of the year. Off former Stinger right-hander Brandon Emanuel as Nashville defeats Iowa by a score of 4-3. And at Round Rock, Royce Huffman homered in the bottom of the 9th to defeat Oklahoma 1-0. At Memphis, no such heroics needed as they exploded with 5 in the 6th, 3 in the 7th, and 8 in the 8th to defeat New Orleans by a score of 17-4. Later on, Omaha is at Albuquerque, Sacramento hosts Portland, and Tucson visits Fresno. In the American League, Toronto is at Boston. Both the Blue Jays and the Red Sox each scored 3 runs in the 2nd. They're tied 3-3 in the 3rd. In the 6th at Detroit, the Angels still lead the Tigers 1-0 on an RBI single in the 1st by Vladimir Guerrero. In the fifth inning at St. Petersburg, Tampa Bay and the Yankees are scoreless. In the bottom of the first at Chicago, the White Sox and the Mariners are 0-0, as are Baltimore and Texas in the bottom of the first at Arlington. After one half inning at Minnesota, Kansas City and Minnesota are scoreless, and later on, Cleveland visits Oakland. In the National League, after 4 at Philadelphia, the Phillies lead the Braves 3-0. Bottom of the third at Washington, the Nationals trail Florida 5-1. In the fifth at Shea, Pedro Martinez and the Mets are tied with the Pirates at 1-1. After one in Milwaukee, no score between the Giants and the Brewers. Houston has scored twice in the bottom of the first, and they're still batting, leading St. Louis by a score of 2-0. Later on, Cincinnati is at Colorado. Arizona hosts the Cubs as Greg Maddux tries to go to 6-0 at the start of a season for the first time in his illustrious career. And San Diego is at Los Angeles to take on the Dodgers. And that's your average scoreboard. We'll come back and give you the starting lineups for this evening's game between the 51s and the Bees right after this 2-minute timeout on ESPN 1230.
Dreaming of owning your own home? Cypress Credit Union would like to make your dream a reality with fantastic rates on low-fee construction and mortgage loans. Visit cypresscu.com or speak to a mortgage specialist at 260-7600. We'll help you determine your home buying power and the loan that best fits your needs. Mention this ad and we'll waive the $175 processing fee when you get your mortgage.
Cypress Credit Union, your future is our future.
Equal housing lender.
If you're in the market for a home theater system or a new TV, RC Willey is the only place to shop. No one has a larger selection of complete home theater systems, high-definition big screens, flat-panel LCD, and plasma TVs. Items are in stock for same-day delivery. Choose from the name brands you prefer, including Sony, Panasonic, Samsung, Mitsubishi, and Toshiba. Come in today and find out how you can pay 0 interest for 12 months on purchases of $4.99 or more. RC Willey, one place, so many possibilities.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Really Loud Cell Phone Talker Guy.
Mr. Really Loud Cell Phone Talker Guy.
Ignoring the latest advances in cell phone technology, you bark into your phone as if you were communicating with 2 cans and a string.
You're breaking up now.
Discussing your cousin's intestinal problems during a quiet dinner party? Unacceptable. Discussing them while on your cell phone at a quiet dinner party? Perfectly acceptable.
Can you keep a secret?
Nothing screams, I'm important, more than a man who screams, I'm important, into his cell phone.
Did I mention I'm important?
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light of Duke of the Decibel, because when we need a friend, you're the one we call.
It's a really loud cell phone talker.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Welcome back to Franklin County Field, where it's time now to get you ready for tonight's game by bringing you tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day. For the visiting Las Vegas 51s, managed by Jerry Royster, who has rejoined the ball club tonight. Leading off, the shortstop Wilson Valdez. Batting second and playing right field, John Weber. Hitting third and playing third base, Willie Ibar. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, Joel Guzman. Hitting fifth and playing left field, Delwyn Young. Batting sixth, the first baseman, James Loney. Hitting seventh and catching, Russell Martin. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Sergio Garcia. And hitting ninth, the center fielder, Jeff Duncan. Pitching for Las Vegas will be right-hander, Chad Billingsley. For the homestanding Salt Lake Bees, managed by Brian Harper, leading off will be the shortstop, Eric Ibar. Batting second and playing center field, Reggie Willits. Hitting third, the right fielder, Tommy Murphy. Batting cleanup and playing first base, Kendry Morales. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Nick Gorneau. Hitting sixth and playing left field, Curtis Pride. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Brian Speck. Hitting eighth and catching, Ryan Buddy. And hitting ninth is the third baseman, Casey Smith. Pitching for the Bees will be right-hander Stephen Shell. So the Bees and the 51s getting ready. Chad Billingsley the Las Vegas starter, warming up down the left field line, and Stephen Shell for the Bees is warming up down the right field line. We'll be back with tonight's first pitch from Franklin Covey Field after this timeout. You've been in the on-deck circle on ESPN 1230.
This has been the On Deck Circle, a comprehensive look at today's game. The first pitch is right around the corner, so stay tuned. Salt Lake Bees baseball is coming up next on your home for the Salt Lake Bees, ESPN 1230 AM.
Hi, this is Mitch Jensen of Siegfried & Jensen. We all know Utah is a great sports state. Siegfried & Jensen is a proud sponsor of virtually all of Utah's professional teams. The Jazz, the Bees, the Blaze, the Grizzlies, and Real Soccer. In sports, winning is important. The same is true if you've been injured in an accident. To help ensure victory if you've been injured, you need a winning legal team on your side. Call us at Siegfried & Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried & Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the best tire warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. Big O's free replacement warranty is the best in the business and gives you free services with your tires like balancing, rotating, and flat repair. Plus, with Big O Tires speed lane service, you can have your tires mounted, balanced, and on your vehicle in 20 minutes or less. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
Let's face it, life's full of little dings and dents, particularly when you or your teenager are driving. At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we realize not every fender bender requires a lengthy dialogue with an insurance agent. To keep your insurance premiums down, it's sometimes better to handle a repair on your own, especially when the damage is mostly just a cosmetic annoyance. Bring your dinged and dented vehicle to Abra and let us help you and your family get the quality repair you need at a price you can afford. We've been at it for over 20 years, and with the best trained technicians in the industry, we can make your car sparkle like it did before you or your teenager had an unfortunate mishap. So, even when you are not submitting an insurance claim, let Abra work with you to get an affordable, quality repair with a lifetime warranty. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an immediate appointment.
The starting pitchers are ready. The lineups have been exchanged, and the hot dogs are ready to go. It's time to play ball. Salt Lake Bees baseball is on the air. Now let's go to the ballpark. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
And once again, a very good evening to you, and welcome to Salt Lake Bees baseball on a pleasant night here in the Valley. It's the Bees taking on the Las Vegas 51. In Game 3 of this 4-game series, the Bees having claimed victory in each of the first 2 games by scores of 7-4 and 9-5. So the series on the season now level at 3 wins apiece. Las Vegas winning 3 out of 4 earlier this year at Cashman Field in Las Vegas. The Bees, with a 16-9 record, started the day with a 1.5-game lead over Tacoma, but again, to maintain that, the Bees need a win tonight as the Rainiers shut out Colorado Springs earlier today by a score of 6-0. Their other division opponent, the Portland Beavers, are at Sacramento later on today. So the Bees hoping to continue this role, and if they win tonight, they will have put together their first 4-game winning streak of this young PCL season. They're off to a 16-9 start, as we mentioned, and that equals the best start in franchise history after the first 25 games. The 2000 Buzz, as well as the 2001 and last year's Stingers Ball Club, also started off the season by winning 16 of its first 25 games. Interestingly enough, only one of those 3 teams, the Buzz of 2000, reached the postseason. The 2001 team was in position to make the postseason with a split the final weekend in Des Moines, but the Iowa Cubs won all 4 games, and of course last year the Stingers won the last 9 games of the year. However, they came up short by 1 game behind the division-winning Tacoma Rainiers. So Brian Harper, the Bees manager, at home plate with a 3-man umpiring crew. In just a moment, the manager of the 51s, Jerry Royster, back from a brief absence due to an illness in the family. Hopefully everything is all right, as Jerry is now back to run this Las Vegas ball club that currently leads the Pacific South Division by 3 games over the second place Tucson Sidewinders. After tonight, one more game will remain in this series. Tomorrow night, Casey Olenberger goes for the Bees against right-hander DJ Holton. And then the Tacoma Rainiers come on for a 6 o'clock start Friday, 6:30 Saturday, 2 o'clock on Sunday, and then 6:30 on Monday. Jared Weaver, the scheduled starter for the Bees on Friday, but if you believe what a couple of the papers have written about in Southern California, there's a chance that Weaver may not be here for the start. The LA Times in particular today reporting that Jared Weaver being seriously considered for a start on Saturday in Toronto against the Blue Jays, but so far nothing official from the Angels at this point. But again, that's what they've been writing about in Southern California, about the Angels, a team that has really struggled as of late. As again, they came into last weekend and lost 3 in a row to the Chicago White Sox, and then got swept a 2-game home series by the Oakland A's. They've lost 5 in a row and have fallen 3 games behind division-leading Texas. And again, the Angels right now in a 1-1 tie with the Tigers in the bottom of the 6th, trying to avoid their 6th consecutive loss. In just a moment, the Bees will take the field, and we'll have our national anthem, and then it will be ready to play ball here on a Wednesday night here at Franklin Covey Field. And as we say that, here come the Bees on the field. Let's take them around to their positions. Curtis Pride is in left field. Reggie Willett in center, and Tommy Murphy will be in right. Casey Smith at third. Eric Ibar at short. Ryan Specht at second, and Kendra Morales is at first. A battery of Stephen Shell pitching, and Ryan Buddy catching.
And the catcher is Ryan Buddy.
So the Bees in their home whites with black numerals and lettering trimmed in gold. And before Stephen Shell goes out to the mound to begin warm-ups for tonight's game, let's enjoy the playing of our national anthem. National anthem prior to the start of today's game between the Bees and the Las Vegas 51s. Stephen Shell getting the start tonight for Salt Lake. His second start, his third appearance in a Bees uniform. In 11 innings, he's given up 5 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, striking out 11 and walking 3. No hit batters or wild pitches thrown, and 2 home runs allowed. Shell, no decisions, and a 1.64 earned run average. The PCL batting 147 against right-hander Stephen Shell, 6'5", 190 in his 6th year. Born in Longview, Texas, now calls El Reno, Oklahoma home. Features about a 90-mile-per-hour fastball, a curve, a changeup, and a splitter. Again, Shell coming off a solid performance against Tacoma, but no offensive support as he went 8 innings. Last Friday, gave up 2 hits, no runs, striking out 8 and walking 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, classic baseball.
So the right-hander, Stephen Shell, looking for that first AAA win here tonight in his first appearance at Franklin Covey Field here in Salt Lake City. So Shell finishing up his warm-up tosses out on the mound. And some overcast, but the sun's shining right now, so that could be a little bit of a problem for the for the left fielder at this point. Maybe the worst sun field around the Pacific Coast League is left field here this time of the evening for the next 45 minutes or so. Little bit of a breeze out of the northwest. Now that means the wind is blowing out here tonight at the old ballpark at 13th South and West Temple. So we're ready to go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy as Salt Lake Bees baseball is on the air for a Wednesday night here in Salt Lake City. Leading things off will be the shortstop, Wilson Valdez, batting .307, 3 doubles, 2 homers, and 10 runs batted in. 65 degrees. The wind's out of the northwest at about 12 miles per hour. So Valdez getting set to stand in. He's 2 for 8 so far in this series. First pitch of the ball game from Shell. A fastball inside of the knees. Ball 1. Want to know the count on Wilson Valdez with John Weber and Willie Ibar to follow. Casey Smith even with a bag at third. The 1-0. A fastball high. Ball 2. 2-0 the count on Valdez. 70 Major League games played in his career with the White Sox, Mariners, and Padres. A .209 hitter in the majors. The 2-0 pitch. There's a strike, a fastball in for a count of 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Shell, a third-round draft pick of the Angels in 2001. The 2-1 delivery. Valdez swings. It's a soft liner up the middle. Past the outstretched glove of Eric Ibar into center field. And Wilson Valdez is aboard with a leadoff single. So Valdez reaches base to start the ball game for the 3rd straight game. He doubled and scored here on Monday night. He walked yesterday to start the ball game, although he was eventually thrown out trying to steal. So Valdez at first. Nobody out for the right fielder, John Weber. Weber batting .224, 5 doubles, and 7 runs batted in. 2 for 7 with a pair of RBI in this series. So Shell ready to go. First pitch on the way, and Weber swings and he fouls it straight back for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Shell began the year at AA Arkansas, where in 3 starts he won 1 and lost 2. Before being promoted when Kevin Gregg got called up. Now Shell ready. Infield double play depth behind him. The pitch. Weber swings late on a fastball, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Weber. 300 hitter last year at AA Jacksonville. Again, 315 down the right field line, 345 down the left field stripe, and 420 to straightaway center field. Shell from the stretch ready. The 0-2. Inside as Weber backs away from the inside delivery, and the count's 1-2. Shell last year, 27 starts, a 10-8 record at AA Arkansas. Three-year-old right-hander with a 1-2 pitch to Weber. Swung on and fouled. Third base side of home plate over the roof, and the count remains 1-2. And the final game of the series tomorrow, 6:30 first pitch on Thursday. Drinks are $2 here at the ballpark. It'll be Casey Olenberger going for the Bees against right-hander DJ Holton for Las Vegas. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Weber. Now Shell ready. The pitch. Change up, just missed outside above the knees, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Folks still coming in on this Wednesday night here at Franklin Covey Field. See Frank Layden here for the first time this year. I know during the first homestand he was out of town enjoying Cooperstown. home of the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum. The 2-2 to Weber. Valdez takes off, and the pitch is fouled back into the screen, and we'll do it all over again as Wilson Valdez heads back to first base. So 2-2 the count on Weber, with Willie Ibar due next. Infield, double play depth, as we mentioned, behind Shell. He's last night rolling to their third straight win, 9-5, banging out 13 hits, including a season high 6 doubles. The 2-2 pitch on the way is ripped into right field, a base hit. Valdez will take the turn at second. The ball fumbled by Murphy in right, and that will allow Valdez to go to third. He was headed there anyway. And Las Vegas trying to draw first blood again. Have runners at first and third with nobody out. That'll bring up Willie Ibar, the third baseman, batting .349, 7 doubles, 6 homers, 28 runs batted in. He's 1 for 8 in this series. So Weber gets the base hit 2 pitches after Shell and catcher Ryan Buddy both thought that they had struck him out on a perfect pitch on the outside corner at the knees. In the infield, double play depth. They'll gladly turn 2 in exchange for the run. First pitch breaking ball is low, ball 1. 1-0 the count to Ibar, a switch hitter like his brother Eric. Batting from the left side against the right-hander Shell. Again, Shell has had troubles in his career in the first inning. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a foul. That one knocking the mask off of Ryan Buddy's face. That's the third time that's happened to him in the last 2 games that he is caught. Wearing a mask, all right, but still doesn't feel very good. That is for sure. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. They don't call him the tools of ignorance for nothing. As Shell steps off. Talked about his slow starts. Last year, he had an 8.67 earned run average in the first inning at Double-A Arkansas. The 1-1 pitch is popped up into right field. Tommy Murphy back. He's camped underneath it. He'll make the catch. Valdez will tag at third. He'll come on home. The throw won't be in time. It's a sacrifice fly and a run batted in for Willie Ibar, and Las Vegas takes a 1-0 lead. Ibar with his league-leading 29th run batted into the year. So a runner at first base and 1 out. The batter will be Joel Guzman, the designated hitter, batting .330, 5 doubles, 6 homers, and 23 runs batted in. 2 for 6 with a homer and 3 RBI in this series. Manager Jerry Royster back with the 51s, coaching at third with hitting coach Steve Yeager over at first. So 1 on, 1 out, 1 in for Las Vegas in the first. The throw over to first, and Weber is back. Weber 3 out of 3 in the stolen base department. Again, the infield double play depth. Shell ready, and the pitch to Guzman. Swung on and fouled into the crowd, first base side. So the count on Guzman, 0-1. Las Vegas has scored first now in each of the 3 games of this series. 0-1 the count to the right-hand batter. Now Shell ready. The 0-1. Swing and a foul. Back to the base of the screen, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Las Vegas in their road grays with the Dodger blue numerals and lettering trimmed in white. 0-2 the count to the right-hand batter. Shell from the stretch ready, and the 2-strike pitch instead the turn of the toss to first, and Weber's back in, standing up. Both franchises, Salt Lake and Las Vegas, making the affiliation changes to the Southern California foes. In 2001, when the Stingers became the Angels affiliate, and the 51s signed up with the Dodgers. The 0-2 curveball misses low and away for the right-handed batter, and the count's 1-2. First, the Salt Lake franchise had spent 7 years with the Twins as an affiliate, and for many years, the Las Vegas Ball Club affiliated with the San Diego Padres. Shell ready, the 1-2. Swinging a foul, and for the second time in the inning and the fourth time in the last two games, a foul knocks the mask off of Ryan Budde. Now, I don't keep that in my record book, but that's got to be some kind of a mark. And you can't be all that happy about it. That'll jar your fillings loose a little bit. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Guzman. Shell ready in the pitch. Swing and a miss at a slow curve. He struck him out. 1 down, or rather 2 out. First strikeout for Shell. That'll bring up Delwyn Young, the left fielder.
Number 13, Delwyn Young.
Young batting .247, 6 doubles, 2 homers, 11 runs batted in. 3 for 9 with a home run in this series. Both of his home runs have come off of Matt Wilhite, 1 here and 1 in Las Vegas. The pitch to Young here, a fastball strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Angels and Tigers tied 1-1 in the 7th at Detroit. Here it's 1-0 Las Vegas in the top of the first. Time called as Young steps out. Young, who does not suffer from triskaidekaphobia as he wears the number 13 on the back of his Las Vegas uniform. Big lead at first for Weber, and that draws a throw from Shell. Weber at first, 2 outs. Young last year led the Dodgers minor league system with 162 total hits, including 37 doubles. Shell ready. And the 0-1. Swung on, line down the left field side. Pride on the run, reaches up and makes a fine backhanded grab to retire Young and the side here in the first. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. As we go to the bottom of the first, it's Las Vegas 1. The Bees are coming to bat on ESPN 1230.
Attention Utah business owners. Not sure what directory to advertise in? Do they all seem the same? Phone Directories Company has the solution. From Salt Lake to St. George, we cover Utah with 15 great directories, all designed with Utah communities in mind. Our memorable covers and unique features make them the directories of choice for your customers. With affordable pricing and local sales representatives, advertising has never been easier. Let us make the difference in your business. PDC, Phone Directories Company. Great people, great books, great results. To advertise, call 1-800-228-0801.
Next. Hi, I'd like 3 pounds of fresh salmon, and can you cut me a couple of T-bone steaks about 2 inches thick?
Yes, ma'am. Say, anyone ever tell you you look like Patricia Heaton?
Oh, thank you. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Hey, can we marinate your steaks while you shop and suggest a recipe for the salmon?
Ooh, you had me at marinade. Thanks.
Oh, now I know who you are.
Hi, I'm...
the driver of my kid's school bus.
That's me.
Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Oh, hi, Miss Heaton. Need help selecting produce?
Do you have any good cooking ideas for mushrooms and tomatoes?
How about pan-seared portobellos and roasted romas?
That sounds good.
Of course, you could saute shiitakes and serene tomatoes, or braise the buttons and bake some beefsteak.
No more calls. We have a winner. You know your stuff.
I try. We do carry over 300 different kinds of fruits and vegetables.
You've been very helpful. How are you with auditions?
For quality and selection, Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
We go to the bottom of the first inning. It's Las Vegas leading the Bees by a score of 1-0. As it'll be for the Bees, Eric Ibar, Reggie Willits, and Tommy Murphy. Defensively for Las Vegas, Delwyn Young's in left, Jeff Duncan in center, and John Weber's in right. Willie Ibar at third, Wilson Valdez at short, Sergio Garcia at second, and James Loney is at first. A battery of Chad Billingsley pitching and Russell Martin catching. For Billingsley, his 6th start in 28 1/3 innings. He's given up only 16 hits. 6 runs, 5 of them earned. He has struck out 31 and walked 10. Hit 2 batters, thrown 1 wild pitch, and surrendered 2 home runs. Billingsley has won 3 and lost none with a 1.59 earned run average. The PCL batting just 162 against Chad Billingsley, who did not get a decision in his start against the Bees on April the 11th at Cashman Field. Gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned with 8 strikeouts and 2 walks in 5 innings of work. Eric Ibar to lead things off, trying to snap onto the doldrums here. First pitch takes a fastball, strike 0-1. Ibar just .225 over his last 10 games and 1 for 19 in his last 5 games. The 1-strike pitch. Swinging a ground ball, right side, past the first baseman Garcia. The second baseman picks it up, and the throw to first, and it's not in time. Garcia, well, first of all, the first baseman, Loney, going across to his right, may have gotten a piece of it, slowing it down. Garcia, the second baseman, had to field it. He tossed to Billingsley on the run, but Ibar beat him to the bag, and so Eric has himself an infield single. Well, 1 on, nobody out for Reggie Willett, the center fielder, batting .309, 4 doubles, a triple, 1 homer, and 10 runs batted in. 3 for 8 with 2 RBI in this series. Billingsley features a fastball between 92 and 95 miles per hour. A slider and a curveball. His slider outstanding. In at third base, Ibar. Loney holding Ibar over at first base. The base runner, Ibar. He takes off. The pitch is high. The throw to second base is offline. And safe with a head-first slide is Eric Ibar. That's his 9th steal in 15 tries. The count 1-0, and the Bees have the potential tying run at second with nobody out. The 9th stolen base for Ibar ties him with Freddie Guzman of Portland and Jermaine Clark of Nashville for the league lead. So 1 ball, no strikes to count. Again, Willie Ibar in at third. Billingsley ready, and the 1-0. Willits bunts, and in self-defense, he's able to bunt that ball foul to third baseline as that one was coming up and in right at his noggin. So 1 ball, 1 strike to count. 1-0 Las Vegas. We're in the bottom of the first. The Bees have a runner at second base with nobody out. If Willits tries to lay one down to get that runner over to third. Billingsley ready. The 1-1. He squares around, lays the bunt, third base side. Charging Willie Ibar. The barehand pickup and throw to first in time for the out. Reggie Willits, though, with a successful sacrifice, 5-3 on the putout. So the tying run is 90 feet away for Tommy Murphy. Murphy batting .352, 5 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, and 13 runs batted in. 2 for 6 in this series. Murphy did not face Billingsley in Las Vegas. Infield back up the middle, even with the bag at third and in a bit at first. Ground ball to short or second brings home the run. First pitch, breaking ball inside at the knees, ball 1. Outfield shaded towards left for Murphy. Not expecting to pull a lot of room between John Weber, the right fielder, and the right field line. The 1-0 pitch. Tails high and outside, and Russell Martin quickly out of his crouch to pull that one in to keep it from going to the backstop and scoring a run. 2-0 the count on Murphy, with Kendry Morales, the first baseman, due next. 2 balls, no strikes. Billingsley ready to pitch. Swing a slow roller, first base side. They'll score the run. Nobody covering first, and out at first on a great play by Billingsley, racing across, tagging Murphy before he got to the bag. But it's a run batted in, and the game is tied at 1-1. Sounded like that one cracked his bat. A slow roller up the first base side. Loney had ventured too far off the first. Couldn't get back. Billingsley racing over, scooping it up on the run, and getting to the line just in time to tag Murphy before he got to first base. But it's an RBI ground out for Tommy, his 14th run batted in on the year, and we're all tied at 1, and the batter will be Kendry Morales with 2 outs and nobody on. First pitch swinging, he lifts one foul over the roof down the left field line for strike 1. Morales 1 for 2 with a strikeout against Billingsley this year. Billingsley, the number 1 prospect in the Dodgers organization by Baseball America, and their number 7 prospect in all of baseball. There's a sinker low for a ball, 1-1. Rated as having the best curveball and the best control in the Dodgers organization. 1 ball, 1 strike on Kendry Morales. Billingsley's pitch. Swing and a miss, and look out! The bat flies into the 4th row behind the B's dugout. Wow. That happened in Tacoma as well. As that one went flying out of his hands and helicoptered into the stands in about the 4th row at the far first base end of the B's dugout. So the fan returns the bat, and then they give him a new one. Seems like that always happens. The fans boo, but that's always the case, that they give the person who winds up with the bat in the stands a different bat. It's a good bat. It's not a broken bat or anything, just a substitute bat, because Morales likes the one that he's using right now and wants to keep on using it. Now the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a pitch that hit the dirt about 2 feet in front of home plate. Billingsley records the strikeout, but in the inning, 1 run, 1 hit. Nobody left on base at the end of 1. It's the B's 1, Las Vegas 1 on ESPN 1230.
You can bring home more during PetSmart bonus days, so it might be smart to prepare your cat ahead of time.
Okay, Maurice, Mom's going to come home with more food than usual, but that doesn't mean we're getting another cat. I know you're very sensitive about sharing my attention. So more cat, no. More food, yes.
Get more free during PetSmart bonus days, like 25% more free in select 10-pound bags of Iams cat food. A bonus for you and your pet. That's smart. PetSmart. While supplies last, see store for details.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Hot Dog Eating Contest contestant.
Mr. Hot Dog Eating Contest contestant.
What does it take to eat 2 dozen hot dogs in 12 minutes? Determination, fortitude, and a complete disregard for what they actually put in a hot dog.
Open wide!
How many times have we said, sure, 1 hot dog is nice, but 47 more would really hit the spot?
Get me to a bathroom.
What's for dessert? 9 pounds of antacids, 1 bleeding ulcer, and 7 hours of routine angioplasty.
My legs don't feel tingly.
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, old diplomat of the dog, because our appetite for you will never be satisfied.
Mr. Hot Dog Eating Contest.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
We go to the second inning. We're all tied 1-1. It'll be James Loney, Russell Martin, and Sergio Garcia. 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up to face right-hander Stephen Shell. James Loney batting .423 since joining the 51s from the Dodgers. 2 doubles and 1 run batted in. Loney 3 for 8, all singles so far in this series. So each team putting 1 run on the board in the first. Shell's pitch. And Loney takes a fastball strike over the outside corner above the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The outfield straight away for the left-handed batter as Shell deals. Fastball, this one just off the outside corner at the belt, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Loney, a first-round pick, 19th selection overall by the Dodgers in 2002. As Shell's fastball misses outside at the knees, ball 2. 2-1 the count. First last night, the T inning was the 6th for Salt Lake, scoring 6 runs to break the game wide open. Shell ready, the 2-1. Swung on, popped up foul. Third base side, racing over to foul territory. Casey Smith is there, and he'll glove it for the first out. So 1 away, and that'll bring up Russell Martin, the catcher.
Number 10, Russell Martin.
Batting .306, 9 doubles and 8 runs batted in, but he's batting over .500, .556 to be exact against the Bees, 10 for 18 this year. Last night's 6-run 6th inning marked the 4th time this year that the Bees have scored a half dozen runs in an inning. Ironically, the last 3 times they did it was also in the 6th inning. 6 in the 6th 3 times. There's a pitch, a fastball strike 0-1. April the 10th at Las Vegas, April the 25th at Portland, and last night here against Las Vegas. Their other 6-run inning was in the 8th, April the 7th at Tucson. The 0-1 to Martin, inside at the knees, an off-speed pitch, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Martin. Double-A All-Star last year. The 1-1. Inside with a changeup, 2-1 the count. Hit .311 for Jacksonville, 9 homers, 61 runs batted in. Rated the best defensive catcher in the organization. He only has been catching now for 4 years. There's a breaking ball outside, 3-1 the count. He was drafted in 2002 as a third baseman, and 1 year later was moved behind the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike. Shell's pitch. Breaking ball on the outside corner above the knees, and that fills the count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the right-hand hitter. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the second, and a 1-1 game. Shell's payoff pitch is fouled back into the screen. We'll do it again at 3-2. Outfield pretty much straight away. Maybe the center fielder Willett shaded towards left center a bit. Now the line by Shell, the 3-2 payoff pitch. Curveball is low. He walked him. That's the first walk issued by Shell, and so Martin's at first with 1 out.
Number 26, Sergio Garcia.
Here's Sergio Garcia, the second baseman, batting .370, 1 double, 2 homers, 3 runs batted in. A solo shot yesterday in the 3rd inning to give Las Vegas a 1-0 lead. So 1 on, 1 out now for the 51s here in the second. Shell's pitch. Garcia takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. Don't forget, Monday nights are Harmon's Family Nights with the Bees. Stop by your local Harmon's and pick up a Family Night voucher. That's good at the Bees box office for 8 family members to get in for $16. Harmon's, your neighborhood grocer. The 0-1 to Garcia. Started after it, held up, but it's a strike on the outside corner just under the belt, 0-2. The next Harmon's Family Night comes up this Monday evening, May the 8th, when the Bees wrap up their series and the homestand against the Tacoma Rainiers. 2 strikes on Garcia as Shell deals. Swung on, roll it to short, Ibar charging, gloving, throwing to second for 1. No chance for the double play as Specht is upended by the runner Martin sliding into him. Even still, I don't think that as slowly as that ball was hit, he would have had a chance to double up Garcia over at first base. But they do get the lead runner in Russell Martin. And so there's a runner at second base now with 2 out, or I should say a runner at first base with 2 out. And Jeff Duncan will be the batter, making his first appearance in this series. Batting .211, no extra base hits, and 2 runs batted in for Duncan on the year. 0 for 6 so far this season against Salt Lake pitching. Throw to first base, and Garcia is back. Garcia has a stolen base in his only attempt this year. So 2 outs. Throw to first again, and Garcia dives back in ahead of the tag of Kendry Morales. Sergio Garcia lengthening his lead. Over at first base. Now the bunt attempt, third base side by Duncan, rolls foul. Picked up by Ryan Buddy, and the count's 0-1. 0 balls, 1 strike. Garcia 1 for 1 in the stolen base department so far this year. He had not attempted a stolen base in his 7 games with Jacksonville prior to his promotion. So 1 strike the count on Jeff Duncan here with a runner at first base and 2 out. Duncan out of Harvey, Illinois, the hometown of the Hall of Fame infielder and player manager of the 48 Cleveland Indians, Lou Boudreau. 1 strike on Duncan. Now Shell's pitch. He bunts third base side. Shell quickly off the mound. The bare hand pickup and throw in time to first base for the out. And that retires the side. No runs, no hits, a walk, and one runner was left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. It's the Bees 1, Las Vegas 1 on ESPN 1230.
If you're renting, you're putting money directly into someone else's pocket. America First Credit Union has a variety of mortgage options to help you invest in a new home and build a solid financial future for you and your family. You can tailor your loan to your situation and your budget with low monthly payments. Visit AmericaFirst.com or stop by any America First Credit Union branch today. At America First Credit Union, members come first. Member NCUA, Equal Housing and Opportunity Lender.
For more than 25 years, there's been a guy you've trusted, a guy you've known, Larry H. Miller. Since 1979, when Larry H. Miller opened his first automotive dealership, he's had one primary goal in mind, to make our communities grow stronger and better by offering the very best in quality, service, selection, and price. And since that day, nearly 3 decades ago, you've been there to help the Larry H. Miller dealerships become one of the largest and most respected dealership groups in the entire country. And for that, we say thank you. Today, you can choose to shop at more than a dozen of our automotive dealerships along the Wasatch Front, almost all of which feature dealership service centers on site. We also have 3 state-of-the-art collision repair facilities to serve you. We know that we could not continue to grow our business without yours. So when it comes to your next car, there's a guy you know who cares about values, honor, integrity, and trust. Larry H. Miller. After all, you know this guy.
We go to the bottom of the second inning in a 1-1 ball game. It'll be Nick Gorneau, Curtis Pride, and Ryan Speck, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, in Brian Harper's batting order to face right-hander Chad Billingsley. Gorneau batting .290, 5 doubles, a triple, 4 homers, and 17 runs batted in. 3 for 7 with a pair of doubles and 3 RBI in this series. Gorneau batting .412 over the last 5 games. First pitch from Billingsley. Outside with a breaking ball, 1-0 the count. Gorneau 0 for 2 plus a walk against Billingsley over in Las Vegas. 1 ball the count to the big right-hand batter. The pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield playing Gorneau ever so slightly to pull towards left field. Billingsley, a first-round pick of the Dodgers in 2003 out of Defiance High School in Ohio, as Gorneau lifts one foul over the roof behind first base, and the count's 1-2. He was the 24th selection overall. Still just 21 years old. He doesn't turn 22 until the 29th of July. 13-6 last year at Double-A Jacksonville. Here's his 1-2 to Gorneau. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on a slider. Dropped third strike to throw to first base in plenty of time for the out. 1 away. Brings up the left fielder, Curtis Pride, batting .250. 3 doubles, 1 homer, 5 runs batted in. So Curtis at the plate, 24 hits away from 1,200 in his minor league career. So 1 out, nobody on base as Billingsley deals. Pride swings and he pops it up foul. Third base side into the upper deck. 1 strike the count. Don't forget, if a Bees player hits for the cycle at home this season during a regulation 9-inning game, you could win $10,000 in the SMC Capital Management Hit for the Cycle contest. Tell you all about it after Curtis Pride takes a look at the 0-1 pitch from Billingsley. Breaking ball low, 1-1 the count. If a player gets a single, double, triple, and home run, you could win $10,000 courtesy of Gary Gigi of SMC Capital Management. Register to win at the Franklin Covey Field Customer Service booth. And don't forget to check out www.retirementsource.net for more information on SMC Capital Management, Architects of Wealth, as Pride lifts the 1-1 pitch foul again to the third base side of home plate. So the count on Pride, 1-2. And Billingsley had that great outing his last time out. A no-hitter with 1 out of the 8th, spoiled by Carlos Rivera of Colorado Springs. On a clean single to left center, 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss to the pitch down and in. He struck him out. That's 3 strikeouts for Billingsley, and they've come consecutively here. Here's Brian Speck batting .274, 3 doubles, a homer, and 7 runs batted in. Snapped at 0 for 14 skid by picking up singles in his first 2 at-bats last night. His last outing of 8 innings, Billingsley, is first beyond 5 1/3 this year. Now the first pitch to Speck. Swung on and lifted in the air towards left. Delwyn Young didn't see it right away, but the center fielder coming over does. But now Young cuts in front of Duncan and makes the catch to retire the side. A little bit of an adventure with that bright sunshine out in left field. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We go to the 3rd, and it remains the Bees 1 and Las Vegas 1 on ESPN 1230.
Hi, Stock Exchange? Hi. Can I speak with a bell ringer? Yeah, the person who rings that morning bell. Oh, well, I have an announcement to make. Oh, see, I need to tell everyone on the exchange floor that I'm selling my home. Yeah, that's right, I'm selling my home. Oh, well, I need the Dow to stay up. Give those stockbrokers a little added motivation, keep the economy moving so my home will sell faster. Well, it can't hurt.
Okay, so you can't influence the economy, but choosing a Coldwell Banker residential brokerage agent will help you get the best price for your home, no matter what the market conditions are. Coldwell Banker agents are the most well-trained real estate professionals in the business. They're at the cutting edge of local and national market trends. They use the most advanced marketing tools in the industry, and they specialize in strategically positioning your home so it sells on your terms. Get every advantage when you sell your home.
Yep, still me. Still holding for that bell ringer person.
Call a Coldwell Banker professional in your neighborhood or visit utahhomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates in town. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
All right, we go to the 3rd inning. It's a 1-1 ball game. Top of the order due up for Las Vegas here in the 3rd. Wilson Valdez, John Weber, and Willie Ibar to face right-hander Stephen Shell. Valdez singled to open up the ball game and eventually came around to score on Willie Ibar's sacrifice fly to score the Las Vegas run. It's also time for our 3rd inning update of the Alvarez scoreboard. As Wilson Valdez digs himself a foothold in the batter's box, Tacoma shut out Colorado Springs today, 6-0. Kevin Apier and 2 relievers combining on a 7-hitter. First pitch to Valdez, a breaking ball in at the knees, a strike, and it's 0-1. Corey Hart homered in the bottom of the 9th inning to give Nashville a 4-3 win over Iowa. The home run coming off of former Singer right-hander Brandon Emanuel. The 0-1, and Valdez takes low for a ball, 1-1. He stepped across home plate, held that bat up high. Another walk-off home run, this time Royce Huffman in the bottom of the 9th at Round Rock as the Express shut out Oklahoma 1-0. The 1-1 to Valdez is a strike, a breaking ball in at the knees, 1-2. Memphis walloped New Orleans 17-4. In the 2nd at Albuquerque, the Isotopes lead Omaha 1-0 on Scott Seabold's 2nd home run of the year. Pitch low and inside as Valdez skipped rope to get out of the way, and the count's 2-2. Later on, Portland at Sacramento, and Tucson visits Fresno. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Valdez. Shell's pitch. Swung on, grounded foul over towards Jerry Royster, who handles it cleanly over at 3rd. Count remains 2-2. In the American League in the 6th at Fenway, the Red Sox trail the Blue Jays 4-3. Bottom of the 8th at Detroit, still the Angels 1 and the Tigers 1. Now again the 2-2 to Valdez. Strike 3 called as Shells hits that one over the outside corner of the knees. 2nd strikeout for Stephen Shell, and there's 1 down here in the 3rd. Brings up John Weber. Weber single to right field, his first time up. Top of the eighth at St. Petersburg. The Yankees and Tampa Bay are tied 2-2. Timo Perez with his second home run of the year for the Devil Rays. After 5 in Chicago, Seattle leads the White Sox 1-0. Now the first pitch to Weber. Swung on, bounced to the right side. Speck handles the knee-high hop, and the toss to first is in plenty of time for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down in the Las Vegas third. Here's Willie Ibar, who drove in the 51's run with the aforementioned sacrifice fly. In the fifth at Texas, the Orioles and the Rangers are tied 1-1. Minnesota 4, Kansas City nothing in the fourth. At Minnesota, Torrey Hunter with his 6th home run of the year, the former Buzz outfielder. There's a changeup outside and low, ball 1. A 2-run homer off a former teammate in both Salt Lake and in Minnesota, Joel Mays. 1-0 pitch, and Ibar takes a little bit low, ball 2. Cleveland at Oakland, still about 55 minutes away from getting started. 2 balls, no strikes on Willie Ibar. As Shell deals. Swing and a miss. 2-1. In the eighth at Philadelphia, the Braves and the Phillies are tied 3-3. Andrew Jones with his 9th home run of the year for Atlanta. Bottom of the fifth in D.C., Washington trails Florida 5-3. Now the 2-1 to Ibar. Swung on and foul. That one headed up towards one of the suites to our left, and the count's even at 2-2. After 7 in New York, the Mets lead the Pirates 3-1. Bottom of the fifth at Milwaukee, the Giants lead the Brewers 2-0 on a home run by Pedro Feliz. 2-2 to Ibar. Curveball inside to the left-hand hitter, and that fills the count at 3-2. Houston 3, St. Louis 1. Cardinals batting in the top of the fourth. Cincinnati and Colorado scoreless in the third at Denver. Later on, the Cubs at Arizona, and the Dodgers host San Diego. 3-2 payoff pitch to Ibar is lifted foul. Slicing out of play down the left field side. So we'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. He's mascot Bumble protecting himself down there. Thought he might get hit by that one. 3-2 to Willie Ibar. Shell nods in agreement with a sign from Buddy. The payoff pitch. Swung on and lined into center field, a base hit. Played on the second hop by Reggie Willits, and so Willie Ibar is aboard with a 2-out single. Hit number 3 in the ball game for Las Vegas.
Number 41, Joel Guzman.
Here's Joel Guzman, who struck out swinging his first time up. NBA, Detroit hammering Milwaukee by 29 late in the fourth. Washington and Cleveland tied at 25 with 42 seconds to go in the first quarter. Runner at first base, 2 out. The pitch, swing and a miss to the slow curveball, strike 1. Guzman way out in front of it. Ibar at first does not have the speed of his younger brother Eric with the Bees. Now Shell from the stretch ready. The 0-1. Swung on in line, foul into the upper deck behind first base. Karam back downstairs, and the gentleman with the glove ready for the rebound, able to make the catch. It's a nice hand for the folks around him. 0-2 the count on Guzman. Shell struck him out on a 1-2 slow curveball. Let's see what he comes here 0-2 in this at bat. Fastball up and in, leaning Guzman back, and now the count is 1-2. 1-1 ball game. Las Vegas batting here in the top of the third. Shell stares in, gets his sign from Buddy. The right-hander ready. The 1-2 to Guzman. Ibar takes off. Slow curve outside. Throw to second base. And takes the second base with a steal is Willie Ibar. His first of the year in 3 tries. Had a good pitch to run on. A slow curve. And he got a good jump over at first. The throw from Buddy a little on the high side. So now the go-ahead run for Las Vegas at second base. with 2 out, and the count on Guzman is 2-2. Now Shell ready. The pitch. Swung on, tap to the left side. Casey Smith to his left has it, and fires a strike to first for the out to retire Guzman and the side here in the third. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the third. The Bees won, Las Vegas won on ESPN 1230.
If you're in the market for a home theater system or new TV, RC Willey is the only place to shop. No one has a larger selection of complete home theater systems, high-definition big screens, flat panel LCD, and plasma TVs. Items are in stock for same-day delivery. Choose from the name brands you prefer, including Sony, Panasonic, Samsung, Mitsubishi, and Toshiba. Come in today and find out how you can pay 0 interest for 12 months on purchases of $4.99 or more. RC Willey, one place, so many possibilities.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Really Loud Cell Phone Talker Guy.
Mr. Really Loud Cell Phone Talker Guy.
Ignoring the latest advances in cell phone technology, you bark into your phone as if you were communicating with 2 cans and a string.
You're breaking up now.
Discussing your cousin's intestinal problems during a quiet dinner party? Unacceptable. Discussing them while on your cell phone at a quiet dinner party? Perfectly acceptable.
Can you keep a secret?
Nothing screams, I'm important, more than a man who screams, I'm important, into his cell phone.
Did I mention I'm important?
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light of Duke of the Decibel, because when we need a friend, you're the one we call.
Mr. Really Loud Cell Phone Talker Guy.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
All right, we go to the bottom of the third inning. It's a 1-1 ball game. Ryan Buddy, Casey Smith, and Eric Ibar, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up to face right-hander Chad Billingsley. Ryan Buddy batting 156 to start the year. 2 doubles, 2 homers, and 8 runs batted in. So Ryan Buddy at the plate. One for 4 with a run batted in yesterday. And the fastball in for a strike, and it's 0-1. He's won, Las Vegas won. Billingsley, the pitcher, has retired the last 6 batters he faced after giving up the leadoff infield single to Ibar. There's a pitch down low. Overall, Buddy batting .333 against Las Vegas. 6 of his 8 runs batted in this year have come against the 51s. Buddy takes a strike at the knees, 1 and 2, including 4 in 1 game. Buddy did not face Billingsley in Las Vegas. 1 and 2 the count. Billingsley's pitch. Curveball, strike 3 called. Strikeout number 4 for Chad Billingsley, and there's 1 down here in the third. Brings up Casey Smith batting .154, 1 double and 1 run batted in for Casey. 0 for 4 against Las Vegas this year. So 1 out, nobody on. Billingsley again has given up the infield hit in the first inning, and nothing since 7 in a row, retired. There's a pitch high for a ball, 1-0. Don't forget, if you're between the ages of 8 and 13, you can help me call the game from the press box as the Great Clips Junior broadcaster. Enter to win at any Wasatch Front Great Clips location as Smith takes a fastball for a strike, 1-1. Relax, it's Great Clips. One pitch. Casey swings, grounds one right side. Garcia to his left, scoops it up, pounds the glove, and tosses to first for the out. So quickly 2 up, 2 down here in the Salt Lake third. At the top of the order, and Eric Ibar, who beat out that infield grounder for a base hit, stole second, was sacrificed to third, and scored on Tommy Murphy's infield out for the Bees run. So 2 out, nobody on. Ibar's hit, just his second intended bats in this series. He takes low, ball one. At least for the time being, that hit, moving his average back to over 300, where it had been all season long. The 1-0 pitch. Ibar swings and chops that one foul off his front foot, and the count's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 ball game, each team scoring in the first inning. Billingsley, 6'2", 230-pound right-hander with a 1-1. Fastball inside at the knees, 2-1. Last year he led the Dodgers organization in wins with 13, complete games with 2, shared innings pitched with Eric Stultz at 146, and led in strikeouts with 162. The 2-1 pitch at Ibar goes the other way and lines a base hit into left field. Played on the second hop by Delwyn Young, and Eric Ibar's 2 for 2. That's both these hits in the ball game. Brings up Reggie Willett, the sacrifice bunter, his last time up. Matter of fact, Billingsley on the mound has been named the Dodgers Organizational Pitcher of the Year in each of the last 2 seasons. 13-6 last year at Double-A Jacksonville. The year before that, between Vero Beach and Jacksonville, he was 11-4, including 4-0 with his Double-A Suns. Willett shows bunt and takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. Angels batting in the ninth, now trailing Detroit 2-1. Trying to rally in the ninth to avoid their 6th straight loss. 0-1 the count on Willits. Throw to first, and Ibar dives back in safely. Ibar stole second base in the first inning, giving him 9 for the year and tying him for the league lead. Now Billingsley ready. The 0-1. Willits takes a fastball outside at the knees, ball 1. 1-1 the count. Outfield way around towards left for Willits. If Ibar takes off, 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Billingsley glancing over his left shoulder at Eric. And he throws over there, and Ibar's back in, standing up. Close play at first base. Both Billingsley and Loney, I think, thought they had Ibar on that one, as Ibar went back into the bag, standing up. Interesting to note that Howie Kendrick, a second baseman by trade, playing first base tonight for the Angels. 0 for 3 so far in that ball game. Now Billingsley, the 1-1. Swung on and lifted in the air to right center field. Going back is Duncan. It's up there, it's out there, and it hits the top of the fence. Here comes Ibar around third to score the go-ahead run, and Willits is into third base with an RBI triple, and the Bees have a 2-1 lead. That ball missed by about 8 inches from leaving the yard, as he got a all of that one. So Reggie Willits with his second triple of the season, and his 11th run batted in. So the Bees score the go-ahead run after there were 2 out and nobody on base, as Ibar singled to left and Willits tripled high off the barrier in right center field. Brings up Tommy Murphy, whose infield grounder scored Ibar with the first run. The first pitch misses, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. Swing and a tap foul behind home plate. The count on Murphy even at 1-1. In that Angels game, they have a runner at second with 2 out of the ninth inning. The runner at second, the potential tying run, and it is Howie Kendrick who's at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, looking for his second major league hit. His first came on Monday, a clean single to center off of former Cy Young Award winner Barry Zito. The 1-1 pitch. Murphy swings, pops it up foul, giving a look to third baseman Ibar, but it lands in the second row behind the dugout. So the count on Murphy, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2-1 Bees here in the bottom of the third. Reggie Willits with the RBI triple. One and 2 on Murphy, who's out of the batter's box. Al Billingsley ready, the 1-2. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. Drop third strike. Martin has it, gets the angle, and throws to first for the out to retire the side. Strikeout number 5 for Chad Billingsley. But the Bees take the lead. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors and 1 runner left. As we go to the fourth, it's the Bees 2, Las Vegas 1 on ESPN 1230.
Papa John himself to tell you about Papa John's specialty pizzas.
A specialty pizza with unexpected taste. That's the way I like it. Choose any of our specialty pizzas like Hawaiian barbecue chicken, the works, the meat, or garden fresh. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John.
Limited delivery area, charges may apply.
Dreaming of owning your own home? Cypress Credit Union would like to make your dream a reality with fantastic rates on low-fee construction and mortgage loans. Visit CypressCU.com or speak to a mortgage specialist at 260-7600. We'll help you determine your home buying power and the loan that best fits your needs. Mention this ad and we'll waive the $175 processing fee when you get your mortgage.
Cypress Credit Union. Your future is our future.
Equal housing lender.
If you're in the market for a home theater system or a new TV, RC Willey is the only place to shop. No one has a larger selection of complete home theater systems, high-definition big screens, flat panel LCD, and plasma TVs. Items are in stock for same-day delivery. Choose from the name brands you prefer, including Sony, Panasonic, Samsung, Mitsubishi, and Toshiba. Come in today and find out how you can pay 0 interest for 12 months on purchases of $4.99 or more. RC Willey, one place, so many possibilities.
We go to the fourth inning. Bees now out in front by a score of 2-1. It'll be Delwyn Young, James Loney, and Russell Markandue up, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the Las Vegas batting order to face right-hander Stephen Shell. Young flied out to Curtis Pride, who made a nice running catch going towards the corner his last time up. First pitch swinging, he yanks one foul just outside the bag at first, strike 1. As we saw here the other night, the Bees turn to triple play, and for every triple play the Bees pull off at home, Albertsons donates $1,000 worth of groceries to the Utah Food Bank. Albertsons, a proud sponsor of the Salt Lake Bees. There's a fastball high. That evens the count at 1-1. Thrilling moment on Monday, the third triple play in franchise history. The first since 2003, the 1-1 to Young from Shell, swinging a foul back into the screen, and the count on Young, 1-2. The 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on the left-hand batter. Outfield around towards left for Young as Shell delivers the 1-2. Swung on and lifted towards left center. Medium deep, Reggie Willits, the center fielder, over, underneath it, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. The Delwyn Young retired, and there's one away here in the fourth. At the final in Detroit, the Tigers beat the Angels 2-1. The Halos now have dropped 6 in a row. A great effort by Jeff Weaver, but no run support as he drops to 1-4. Here's James Loney, fouled out to the third baseman Casey Smith his first time up. Pitch on the way, a fastball strike in the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. At 0 balls, 1 strike the count. Angels is having all kinds of trouble generating any offense. The 0-1, off speed and over for a strike, and it's 0-2. A couple of recent Salt Lake players, Casey Kotzman, Jeff Mathis, both well under 200 for their batting averages. The 0-2 pitch, Loney on the swing, pops it up foul, third base side, Smith to the railing, can't get to it, and it's 3 rows back, and a gentleman made the catch with his brand new Bees batting practice cap. That's the yellow mesh cap with the black bill. You don't see too many caps that can hold on and make the catch, but that was one of them. No balls, 2 strikes to count on Loney. The pitch slapped down the third base side, just foul. Missed the strike by about 8 inches. So the count remains 0-2 on Loney, who again started the year at first base with the Dodgers with the injury to Nomar Garciaparra. In his major league debut, he hit .225 in 14 games, going 9 for 40. 1 double, 1 triple, 3 RBI. Swings at the 0-2 and pops it up. Shallow right center, Reggie Willis from his center field spot, over and underneath it, and again he'll make the catch for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down.
Russell Martin.
Brings up Russell Martin, who drew a walk his first time up. Again, the Bees trying to win 4 in a row for the first time this year. Every time they've won 3 straight, they haven't been able to get that next one. Having won 3 in a row on 4 different occasions. Here's a swing at the first pitch, and it's skied to right field. Tommy Murphy underneath it, about 20 feet shy of the warning track, and he'll put it away for the 3rd out of the inning. So the 51s are up and down in order here in the 4th, and after 3.5, it's the Bees 2, Las Vegas 1 on ESPN, 1230.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the best tire warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. Big O's free replacement warranty is the best in the business and gives you free services with your tires like balancing, rotating, and flat repair. Plus, with Big O Tires speed lane service, you can have your tires mounted, balanced, and on your vehicle in 20 minutes or less. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
Let's face it, life's full of little dings and dents, particularly when you or your teenager are driving. At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we realize not every fender bender requires a lengthy dialogue with an insurance agent. To keep your insurance premiums down, it's sometimes better to handle a repair on your own, especially when the damage is mostly just a cosmetic annoyance. Bring your dinged and dented vehicle to Abra and let us help you and your family get the quality repair you need at a price you can afford. We've been at it for over 20 years, and with the best trained technicians in the industry, we can make your car sparkle like it did before you or your teenager had an unfortunate mishap. So, even when you are not submitting an insurance claim, let Abra work with you to get an affordable, quality repair with a lifetime warranty. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an immediate appointment.
We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Teams leading Las Vegas by a score of 2-1. Kendry Morales, Nick Gorno, and Curtis Pride due up to face right-hander Chad Billingsley. It's time now for a look at this date in Salt Lake PCL history. Brought to you by MedOne Medical, the exclusive provider of Sleep Smart Gold. MedOne Medical, the sleep professionals. On this date, May 3rd, 1995, Steve Dunn drove in 6 runs with a pair of 3-run doubles in the Buzz 9-3 win over Calgary. Also on this date a year ago, Scott Dunn, no relation, pitched 8 scoreless innings in the Stingers' 1-0 win at Portland. The only run of the game came in the first inning on a run-scoring fielder's choice by Casey Kochman. Kendry Morales struck out swinging his first time up. Billingsley deals, and it's a fastball low, ball 1. Well, the curse of the Bambino might have found its next victim. Barry Bonds. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and sliced up the alley in left center field. Duncan on the run, still going back at the track. He reaches out and hauls it in. A fine running catch by Jeff Duncan, taking extra bases away from Morales as he got a good jump on that ball, which was slicing away from him, but he was able to go full tilt, stretch that arm out as far as he could, and hauled in that drive to the warning track by Kendry Morales. So 1 away. That'll bring up Nick Gorno, who struck out swinging his first time up. Bonds, of course, only 2 home runs away from tying Babe Ruth's 714 home runs as the pitch is in the dirt. Ball 1 was left in what they're describing as a temporary daze after getting bonked on the forehead during a ball during batting practice tonight. The 1-0 to Gorno. Swung on and ripped down the right field line, hooking into the corner. That's a fair ball. Gorneau takes the turn at first as Weber plays the carom, and into second base is Nick Gorneau with a one-out double. That's his 6th two-bagger of the season and his 3rd in the last 2 nights. So now runner at second, one out for Curtis Pride. Struck out swinging his first time up. Bonds seemed to be okay and is still in the lineup for tonight's game. Bonds was leaning against the batting cage when Giants infielder Kevin Franson hit a ball into the netting that struck Bonds, who yelped and then let out an expletive. Bonds appeared to be stunned after being struck as the first pitch is in at the knees to Pride for a strike 0-1. He laid down on the ground for several minutes before or while being attended to. Got up, went to the clubhouse for an examination, then took his regular turn in the batting cage. No balls, 1 strike on Pride as Billingsley deals. Swung on and fouled off to the left of home plate, rattling around the rafters of the roof. And it counts 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Gorneau at second base with 1 out. He's leading 2-1. Outfield way around towards left for Curtis. The 0-2 pitch is grounded to the right side. Gorneau will advance to third. Garcia to his left has it and throws to first for the out. So 2 away. Gorneau now 90 feet away from the pay station at third for Brian Speck to fly out to Delwyn Young in left field. His first time up. Keys with 4 hits, Las Vegas with 3. Joe Creedy has just hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 7th to put the White Sox out in front of Seattle 4-1. His 5th home run of the year. Pitch to Speck is up a little high, ball 1. Detroit breathing down the necks of the White Sox. Tigers have, I believe, won 6 in a row. 1 ball to count on Speck as Billingsley deals, and Bryan takes a strike on the outside corner at the knees, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Speck coming off a career best 308 average a year ago, a season that started 2 months late for Bryan due to a stress fracture in his lower back. Now Billingsley, the 1-1. Speck swings and grounds 1 foul at the first base side, just out of the reach of netman. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Few folks once again tonight with their blankets out on the grass, firm around the outfield. Then you can get a family pass that's good for the entire season out on the berm for just $199. 1-2 the count on Speck. The pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball. He struck him out, and that retires the side. Strikeout number 6 for Chad Billingsley. So the Bees waste a 1-out double by Nick Gorneau. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the 5th. It's the Bees 2, Las Vegas 1 on ESPN 1230.
Attention Utah business owners. Not sure what directory to advertise in? Do they all seem the same? Phone Directories Company has the solution. From Salt Lake to St. George, we cover Utah with 15 great directories, all designed with the Utah communities in mind. Our memorable covers and unique features make them the directories of choice for your customers. With affordable pricing and local sales representatives, advertising has never been easier. Let us make the difference in your business. PDC, Phone Directories Company. Great people, great books, great results. To advertise, call 1-800-228-0801.
Next. Hi, I'd like 3 pounds of fresh salmon, and can you cut me a couple of T-bone steaks about 2 inches thick?
Yes, ma'am. Hey, anyone ever tell you you look like Patricia Heaton?
Oh, thank you. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Hey, can we marinate your steaks while you shop and suggest a recipe for the salmon?
Ooh, you had me at marinade. Thanks.
Oh, now I know who you are.
Hi, I'm...
the driver of my kid's school bus.
That's me.
Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Oh, hi, Miss Heaton. Need help selecting produce?
Do you have any good cooking ideas for mushrooms and tomatoes?
How about pan-seared portobellos and roasted romas?
That sounds good.
Of course, you could saute shiitakes and serene tomatoes, or braise the buttons and bake some beefsteak.
No more calls. We have a winner. You know your stuff.
I try. We do carry over 300 different kinds of fruits and vegetables.
You've been very helpful. How are you with auditions?
For quality and selection, Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
We roll the fifth inning here at Franklin County Field. Steve Clousey with you here. A nice night here in the Valley. A little bit on the cool side now, but other than that, rather pleasant. Just bringing a light jacket enough to come to the ballpark tonight. As expected, a good pitcher's duel to this point between Stephen Shell of the Bees and Chad Billingsley of Las Vegas, with the Bees leading 2-1. Sergio Garcia to lead it off against Stephen Shell here in the fifth. First pitch, taking a strike at the knees, 0-1. Garcia reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. Our fifth inning, middle of the game reset of the Bees defensive alignment. Coming up after Shell delivers the 0-1 to Garcia. Swung on and look out. That ball's hit deep to left. It's up there, it's out there, and it is gone. Sergio Garcia with his second home run of this series, and the game is all tied up at 2-2. Like his home run on Monday, a line drive home run. This one, though, cleared the barrier by a little bit more than what we saw the other night. But Garcia with his third home run, and we're all square once again at 2-2. Here's Jeff Duncan, who was retired, trying to bunt in the second inning. For Shell, the third home run, he surrendered. There's a fastball in at the knees, a strike 0-1. For the Bees, Curtis Pride, Reggie Willits, Tommy Murphy in left, center, and right. We'll give you the infield third to first after Shell delivers the one-strike pitch to Duncan. Fastball on the outside corner at the knees, and it's 0-2. Casey Smith at third, Eric Ibar at short, Brian Specht at second, and Kendra Morales at first. A battery of Stephen Shell pitching and Ryan Buddy catching. The 0-2. Breaking ball, strike three called on the outside corner at the knees. Strikeout number 3 for Stephen Shell, and there's one out here in the fifth. 2 of the 3 have been of the called third variety.
Number 12, Wilson Valdez.
So here's Wilson Valdez. He has singled, scored a run, and has taken a called third strike. So the line score up on the board right now, identical for both teams. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Pitch to Valdez, a curveball a little bit low, ball 1. First, the other 2 home runs Shell gave up, well over 400 feet by Walter Young of Portland. Here's a swing and a tack foul up the third base side, 1-1. It came in Shell's AAA debut on April the 23rd. Interestingly enough, though, after he hit the 2 home runs in that game, Young was released after the game was over. A 1-1 to Valdez, swung on, popped up behind first base into foul ground. Kendra Morales backpedaling with room into the Bees bullpen, and he makes the catch for round number 2. So Valdez retired, 2 away, and that'll bring up John Weber, who has singled and grounded out in 2 plate appearances. Don't know if Young is hooked up with anybody as of yet. He was batting well below 200 with the Beavers. Shell's first pitch to Weber, and it's a fastball in at the knees, a strike, and it's 0-1. So a 2-2 ball game now here in the fifth inning. Stephen Shell into his line of the 0-1. Change up just outside at the knees, a ball, 1-1 to the left-hand batter. Outfield straight away. The pitch. Curveball strike to the outside corner at the knees, 1-2, a backdoor breaking ball. Shell starting the pitch outside and bringing it back over the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Weber. Buddy, the sign down, the target up for the 1-2. Swinging a grounder on one hop, flag down by Shell. Runs it halfway to first before the underhand toss to Morales. Retires Weber here in the fifth. 1 run on 1 hit, the leadoff homer by Garcia. Nobody left on base. We're halfway through the Schedule 9-rounder with a score. The Bees 2, Las Vegas 2 on ESPN 1230.
You can bring home more during PetSmart Bonus Days. So it might be smart to prepare your cat ahead of time.
Okay, Maurice, Mom's going to come home with more food than usual, but that doesn't mean we're getting another cat. I know you're very sensitive about sharing my attention. So more cat, no. More food, yes.
Get more free during PetSmart bonus days, like 25% more free in select 10-pound bags of Iams cat food. A bonus for you and your pet. That's smart. PetSmart. While supplies last, see store for details.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Hot Dog Eating Contest contestant.
Mr. Hot Dog Eating Contest contestant.
What does it take to eat 24 hot dogs in 12 minutes? Determination, fortitude, and a complete disregard for what they actually put in a hot dog.
Open wide.
How many times have we said, sure, one hot dog is nice, but 47 more would really hit the spot?
Get me to a bathroom.
What's for dessert? 9 pounds of antacids, 1 bleeding ulcer, and 7 hours of routine angioplasty.
My left arm feels tingly.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, old diplomat of the dog, because our appetite for you will never be satisfied.
Mr. Hot Dog Eating Contest.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. We're back to square one here at Franklin Covey Field, all tied 2-2. Thanks to the game-tying home run by Las Vegas second baseman Sergio Garcia in the top of the inning. It'll be Ryan Buddy, Casey Smith, and Eric Ibar due up to face Chad Billingsley here in the 5th. Our 5th inning, middle of the game reset of the Las Vegas defensive alignment. Delwyn Young in left, Jeff Duncan in center, and John Weber in right. Willie Ibar at third, Wilson Valdez at short, Sergio Garcia at second, and James Loney at first. The battery of Chad Billingsley pitching and Russell Martin catching. Ryan Buddy called out on strikes his first time up. Swings and misses at the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Ryan Buddy, 12th round draft pick in 2001 out of Oklahoma State. There's a curveball in at the knees, and it's quickly 0-2. And no balls, 2 strikes. Buddy waving that bat out over the plate as Billingsley deals. Fastball, strike 3 call to the outside corner at the knees. Buddy called out on strike for the second time tonight. Strikeout number 7 for Chad Billingsley. So 1 away, and that'll bring up Casey Smith, who grounded out to the second baseman Sergio Garcia. His first time up. So 1 out, nobody on for the Bees here in the 5th inning. Billingsley delivers off speed and a little bit low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Billingsley ready, and the pitch. Swinging a foul at the feet of the catcher, Russell Martin. 1-1 the count. Bees with 1 in the first, 1 in the third. Las Vegas with 1 in the first, and 1 in the 5th. Here's pointing to an article at MajorLeagueBaseball.com. A 1-1 pitch to Casey. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Casey Kochman admitting today he's been playing through a case of mononucleosis. Says he's been suffering from the mono for about 7 months. Kind of going in and out. And sometimes he has a very low energy level on some days. Diagnosed during spring training, say he may have caught it when he spoke at an elementary school in late November, early December. As there's a swing and a miss, a slider from Billingsley, and so Smith goes down. Strikeout number 8 for Chad Billingsley. So 2 outs. That'll bring up Eric Ibar, who's 2 for 2. Billingsley began his career professionally with Ogden. One of the reasons probably that Dave Baggett from the Ogden Raptors is here today. Now the pitch. Ibar swings and pulls 1 foul down the right field side for strike 1. Ibar has singled twice and scored twice. 0-1 the count now on Ibar. Infield single in the first, a line drive single to left in the third. The 0-1. Ibar takes a strike on the outside corner at the knees, and he's in the hole 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Now the pitch, fastball high, 1-2 the count on Ibar. These 2, Las Vegas 2 are in the fifth. 2 out, nobody on. Now Billingsley's pitch. A little bit low, ball 2. 2-2 the count. Then Tacoma comes in for 4 starting Friday night. The 2-2 pitch. Ibar chops one back towards the mound. Billingsley off the hill to get it. The throw to first base. Not in time. Slow bounder. Billingsley fielding the ball about halfway between home plate and the mound. And by the time he could get to it and deliver a throw to first base, he put a lot of mustard on the throw. But Ibar outraced it to the bag, and he's 3 for 3. Hit number 5 for the Bees, and that'll bring up Reggie Willits, a sacrifice bunter in the first. Last time up, he tripled high off the top of the fence in right center to drive home Ibar. So the go-ahead run at first with 2 outs. And Willits at the plate. Billingsley ready, and the first pitch to Reggie. Shows bunt and takes low, ball 1. Again, Friday night, a special 6 o'clock start. It's a Cinco de Mayo celebration that includes a big fireworks show after the game. So make plans to be here. The Bees and Tacoma and fireworks. 1-0 the count on Willits. Throw to first base, and Ibar is back. One to 0 the count on Reggie. Ibar with a stolen base back in the first to help set up that first inning run. Now Billingsley ready. From the stretch. Time called just before he can deliver. Ibar taking off as well. But time had been called just before. Billingsley started his motion towards home plate. So Ibar back to first. One ball, no strikes. Now let's see if Ibar is taking off again or if they keep him at first base here after tipping their hand on that situation. Now Billingsley ready. Steps off, cocks his arm, but does not throw to first base. One ball, no strikes the count on Reggie Willits. Want to know the count? The throw to first almost gets away. A nice save by Loney, climbing over the body of Eric Ibar as he had dived back into first base. So 1-0 the count as the catcher Martin goes out to have a word with Billingsley. So Ibar trying to keep Billingsley preoccupied, hoping that causes Billingsley to make a mistake on Willits as he did in the third inning. Billingsley throws hard. They say he was able to throw fastballs in the mid-80s at the age of 15. The 1-0, Ibar takes off. Willits punt up the third base side. Billingsley off the mound has it. Throws to first just in time to nip Willits at first base. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 runner was left on base. At the end of 5, it's the Bees 2, Las Vegas 2 on ESPN 1230.
If you're renting, you're putting money directly into someone else's pocket. America First Credit Union has a variety of mortgage options to help you invest in a new home and build a solid financial future for you and your family. You can tailor your loan to your situation and your budget with low monthly payments. Visit AmericaFirst.com or stop by any America First Credit Union branch today. At America First Credit Union, members come first. Member NCUA, Equal Housing and Opportunity Lender.
For more than 25 years, there's been a guy you've trusted, a guy you've known, Larry H. Miller. Since 1979, when Larry H. Miller opened his first automotive dealership, he's had one primary goal in mind, to make our communities grow stronger and better by offering the very best in quality, service, selection, and price. And since that day, nearly 3 decades ago, you've been there to help the Larry H. Miller dealerships become one of the largest and most respected dealership groups in the entire country. And for that, we say thank you. Today, you can choose to shop at more than a dozen of our automotive dealerships along the Wasatch Front, almost all of which feature dealership service centers on site. We also have 3 state-of-the-art collision repair facilities to serve you. We know that we could not continue to grow our business without yours. So when it comes to your next car, there's a guy you know who cares about values, honor, integrity, and trust. Larry H. Miller. After all, you know this guy.
We head to the 6th inning in a 2-2 ball game between the Bees and Las Vegas. It'll be Willie Ibar, Joel Guzman, and Delwyn Young due up to face right-hander Stephen Shell. It's also time for our 6th inning update of the Abra scoreboard. As Ibar stands in, drove in the first Las Vegas run with a sacrifice fly in the 1st inning. He singled, stole second, but was stranded there in the 3rd. So Stephen Shell winds his first pitch to Ibar. Change up high, ball 1. Again, 4 day games in the PCL. Tacoma blank Colorado Springs 6-0 behind Kevin Apier and 2 relievers. Nashville beat Iowa 4-3 on a 9th inning home run by Corey Hart. As Ibar takes a fastball strike on the outside corner today, he's 1-1. Round Rock hits the bottom of the 9th walk-off home run from Royce Huffman to defeat Oklahoma 1-0. Memphis routs New Orleans 17-4. Here's a swing and a ground ball right side. Speck gobbles it up on the 3rd bounce and tosses to first for the out. So Willie Ibar retired, and there's one away here in the 6th.
Number 41, Joel Guzman.
There's Joel Guzman, who has struck out and grounded out in 2 plate appearances. In the 5th at Albuquerque, Omaha leads the Isotopes 2-1. Portland at Sacramento, Tucson at Fresno. Probably will be getting underway in about 5 minutes or so. So 1 out, nobody on base for Joel Guzman. Stephen Shell's first pitch, and it's waved out and missed. A curveball, strike 1. Bottom of the 7th at Fenway. Toronto now leads the Red Sox 6-5 with 2 runs in the top of the 7th inning. Again, Detroit held on to defeat the Angels 2-1 at Comerica. The 0-1 to Guzman. Curveball low, 1-1 the count. They're in the 10th at St. Petersburg. The Yankees and Tampa Bay are tied 2-2. White Sox 4, Seattle 2 in the 8th inning in Chicago. Now the 1-1. Fastball in at the knees, a strike, and it's 1-2. After 7.5 at Texas, Baltimore and the Rangers are tied at 1. Minnesota at home leading Kansas City 6-1 in the 7th. Torrey Hunter with a 2-run home run for the Twins. And later on, Cleveland's at Oakland. That game set to get started about 10 minutes from now. Guzman lays off the curveball low, and the count's 2-2. Philadelphia with 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning beats Atlanta 5-4. Washington and Florida tied 5-5 in the 7th in D.C. 2-2 to Guzman, chopped to the left side. Smith to his left. Nice scoop going to his left. On the short hop, he throws on the run to first for the out. Good play by Casey, cutting across to his left, scooping up that ball right off the short hop, and then throwing on the run to Morales to get the out on Guzman. 2 up, 2 down here in the Las Vegas 6th. Brings up Delwyn Young, who's flied out twice. Once to Pride in left. We made a fine running catch going into the corner for that one. And then a high lazy fly to center field in the 4th inning to Reggie Willits. So 2 out, nobody on. The first pitch to Young is a little bit low, ball 1. We're in the top of the 6th, all tied at 2-2. This game, everything as advertised. The pitch, fastball a little bit low, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Outfield shaded towards left for Young. Now Shell's pitch. Swinging a one-hopper, deflected off the glove of Shell. Speck flips and falls. Ibar cutting across to the left. Throws to first, and it pulls Morales off the bag. First, a one-hop ball at the pitcher's Shell and went off his glove. Speck coming in, slid out of the way as Ibar cutting across, gloved it. His throw would have been in time to get Young, but it was high, and it pulled Morales off the bag. So Young is safe at first with 2 outs for the first baseman, James Loney. That's going to be ruled an infield hit. So here's Loney, who flied to center his last time up. He's 0 for 2. A good throw would have had him, but it was also a tough play. Hence the infield hit. The pitch to Loney. Swung on, hit deep, but well fouled down the right field side. Right size, wrong shape for James Loney, and the count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Shell ready. The 0-1 pitch to Loney. Instead, he steps off and throws the first. Seattle has rallied with 3 runs in the 8th, the last 2 on an RBI single by Jose Lopez, who used to torment the Salt Lake Ball Club when he was with Tacoma. Seattle and Chicago tied at 4 in the 8th. Now the 0-1. Fastball high, 1-1. Just prior to the White Sox sweeping the Angels in Anaheim 3 straight, they had lost 2 out of 3 at Safeco Field to the M's. 1 ball, 1 strike. Young with a good lead at first. The pitch, a fastball high, ball 2. 2-1 the count on Loney. He's tied with Las Vegas, 2-2 in the 6th. The runner at first, 2 out for the 51s. Now Shell ready. The runner takes off. The pitch is a strike. The throw to second base is a strike. And an easy out at second base is Delwyn Young trying to steal. 2-6 on the caught stealing as Eric Ibar was there to apply the tag. No runs, 1 hit. Nobody left on base as we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's the Bees 2, Las Vegas 2 on ESPN 1230.
Hi, Stock Exchange? Hi. Can I speak with a bell ringer? Yeah, the person who rings that morning bell. Oh, well, I have an announcement to make. Oh, see, I need to tell everyone on the exchange floor that I'm selling my home. Yeah, that's right. I'm selling my home. Oh, well, I need the Dow to stay up. Give those stockbrokers a little added motivation, keep the economy moving so my home will sell faster. Well, it can't hurt.
Okay, so you can't influence the economy, but choosing a Coldwell Banker residential brokerage agent will help you get the best price for your home, no matter what the market conditions are. Coldwell Banker agents are the most well-trained real estate professionals in the business. They're at the cutting edge of local and national market trends. They use the most advanced marketing tools in the industry, and they specialize in strategically positioning your home so it sells on your terms. Get every advantage when you sell your home.
Yep, still me. Still holding for that bell ringer person.
Call a Coldwell Banker professional in your neighborhood or visit UtahHomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates in town. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's still a 2-2 ball game. It'll be Tommy Murphy, Kendry Morales, and Nick Gorneau here in the 6th. Murphy 0 for 2, drove in a run with a ground out in the first inning. All kids 14 and under can stop by the Larry H. Miller Chevrolet location at 5650 South State Street in Murray and enter to win a chance to be the honorary bat kid at a Bees home game. Larry H. Miller Chevrolet. After all, you know this guy. Ryan Harper heading to the third base coach's spot as we get ready to go here in the bottom of the sixth. Chad Billingsley's pitch to Murphy. Swing and a miss, strike one. Couldn't catch up with the high heat there. Billingsley with 8 strikeouts in this one. Equaling his season high. He's done it twice before, one other time against the Bees on April 11th and at Sacramento on the 17th of April as that pitch misses for a ball, 1-1. But in those cases, he had the 8 strikeouts in 5 innings as he does here. He needed 5 1/3 at Sacramento. The 1-1 pitch. Murphy grounds one off the glove of the pitcher. Billingsley pops into the air behind him. The bare hand pickup and throw, not in time. The ball gets away, but no chance for Murphy to advance as the first baseman Loney tracks it down. A shot up the middle. Billingsley went down to get it, but it popped off his glove high into the air and behind the man. And behind the time, Garcia could make the bare hand pickup and throw. It was too late, and the throw was a bad one anyway. So the infield single for Murphy puts a runner at first base with nobody out for Kendry Morales, who has struck out and fly to center field. So now Morales the batter. Billingsley's pitch high and inside. Snap to the first, and Murphy gets the right hand in ahead of the tag of the first baseman Loney. So 1 ball, no strikes to count on Kendry Morales. Murphy, the go-ahead run at first with nobody out. The pitch. Morales takes a fastball strike in the outside corner just under the belt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield, double play depth behind Billingsley. The outfield deep and around towards left for Kendry. The pitch. Fastball high, 2-1 the count. Morales, switch hitter, batting from the left side against the right-hander, Billingsley. Now the right-hander comes set. The 2-1 to Morales. Slap foul. That one quickly into the crowd behind the third base dugout, and the count's even at 2-2. Hopefully everybody's all right back there. 2-2, the count on Kendry Morales. You come to the ballpark, you sit, well, anywhere in the ballpark, but particularly down low. Stay alert and watch the field of play at all times, because those balls come into the crowd in a hurry. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Billingsley's pitch. The runner goes. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. The throw to second base. And out on the head first line is Tommy Murphy. A strike him out, throw him out, double play. So just like that, 2 outs and nobody on. A 2-6 caught stealing on Murphy. Thrown out for the 6th time in 9 stolen base attempts this year. The 2 out, nobody on base. The batter will be Nick Corneau, who struck out swinging his first time up. Sliced a double into the right field corner in the 4th with 1 out, but could not be moved around. Corneau swings, and it's a 2-hopper right to the second baseman Garcia, who handles the bell high bounce. The throw to first base a little bit low, but Loney comes up with it and then retires the side. No runs, 1 hit with the double play. Nobody left on base. We go to the 7th. It's the Bees 2, Las Vegas 2 on ESPN 1230.
If you're in the market for a home theater system or a new TV, RC Willey is the only place to shop. No one has a larger selection of complete home theater systems, high-definition big screens, flat-panel LCD, and plasma TVs. Items are in stock for same-day delivery. Choose from the name brands you prefer, including Sony, Panasonic, Samsung, Mitsubishi, and Toshiba. Come in today and find out how you can pay 0 interest for 12 months on purchases of $4.99 or more. RC Willey, one place, so many possibilities.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates in town. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond, every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
If you're in the market for a home theater system or new TV, RC Willey is the only place to shop. No one has a larger selection of complete home theater systems, high-definition big screens, flat panel LCD, and plasma TVs. Items are in stock for same-day delivery. Choose from the name brands you prefer, including Sony, Panasonic, Samsung, Mitsubishi, and Toshiba. Come in today and find out how you can pay 0 interest for 12 months on purchases of $4.99 or more. RC Willey, one place, so many possibilities.
We go to the 7th inning. It's a 2-2 ball game. James Loney, Russell Martin, Sergio Garcia, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up to face right-hander Stephen Shell. Loney was at the plate when Delwyn Young was thrown out trying to steal to end the 6th inning. First pitch here, he takes a strike and the count's 0-1 for the Bees. Right-hander Marcus Gwynn is up and throwing in the bullpen. Worked the scoreless inning last night. The 0-1 to Loney. Third ball low, 1-1. Time now for the Zions Bank 7th inning game summary for the Bees. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Las Vegas. 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. Shell winds the 1-1 pitch. Off speed and over for a strike 1-2. Las Vegas has left 3 runners on base. The Bees have also stranded 3. Salt Lake with a run in the first and a run in the third. Las Vegas 1 in the first and 1 in the fifth. The 1-2 to Loney. Swung on and lifted in the air towards left. Curtis Pride coming in. Now a couple of steps to his left, and he'll put it away for out number 1. So Loney retired, 1 away. Here's Russell Martin, who walked in the second and flied out to Murphy in right field his last time up. So 1 out, base is empty here in the 7th. Shell's pitch to Martin. Breaking ball low, ball 1. Despite going 0 for 1 tonight, Martin still batting over .500 against Salt Lake pitching. At 10 for 19 on the year, the 1-0 pitch. Strike on the outside corner at the knees. A curveball, 1-1. Martin, a product of the same Montreal area high school that injured Dodger closer Eric Gagne attended. The 1-1 pitch. Martin swings and taps one foul behind home plate, and the count's 1-2. Played junior college baseball, though, down in Florida. Dodgers made him a 17th round draft pick in 2002. Walked in the second. That's not a surprise. Baseball America has Martin as having the best strike zone discipline at the plate of anybody in the system. The 1-2 pitch is bounced towards short. Ibar takes the shoulder high hop, steps and throws to first in plenty of time to get Martin for out number 2. The B's 7th inning game summary brought to you by Zions Bank. At Zions Bank, they haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. So 2 out for Sergio Garcia, who tied the game his last time up with a home run to left field. Reached on a fielder's choice in the second, so he's 1 for 2. Hit only 4 home runs all of last year, and he already has 3 with the 51s this season. 1 strike the count on Garcia. It was 5 for 31 in a 16-game stretch for Las Vegas 2 years ago. Started after it, held up the appeal. He went around, says the umpire at first, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in the 7th, all tied at 2. Shell's pitch. Swung on, popped up, back to first. Morales back. Speck cutting across. It's going to be Bryan with the call. And the catch on the fair side of the line to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down to the 51s. It's 7th inning stretch time, brought to you by America First Credit Union. For any financial needs, come to America First Credit Union, where members come first. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The B's 2, Las Vegas 2 on ESPN 1230.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Really Loud Cell Phone Talker Guy.
Mr. Really Loud Cell Phone Talker Guy.
Ignoring the latest advances in cell phone technology, you bark into your phone as if you were communicating with two cans and a string.
You're breaking up now.
Discussing your cousin's intestinal problems during a quiet dinner party? Unacceptable. Discussing them while on your cell phone at a quiet dinner party? Perfectly acceptable.
Can you keep a secret?
Nothing screams, I'm important, more than a man who screams, I'm important, into his cell phone.
Did I mention I'm important?
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light of Duke of the Decibel, because when we need a friend, you're the one we call.
Mr. Really Loud Cell Phone Talker Guy.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Here's Papa John himself to tell you about Papa John's specialty pizza.
A specialty pizza with unexpected taste. That's the way I like it. Choose any of our specialty pizzas like Hawaiian barbecue chicken, the works, the meat, or garden fresh. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John.
Limited delivery area, charges may apply.
We go to the bottom of the seventh inning. Frank Layton at the ballpark for the first time this year as he leads everybody and takes me out to the ball game. The Bees 2, Las Vegas 2. It'll be Curtis Pride, Brian Specht, and Ryan Buddy due up. The bottom of the order is struggling. Hitters 6 through 9 a combined 0 for 8 so far in this one as Greg Jones has replaced Marcus Gwynn warming up in the Bees bullpen. The first pitch to Curtis is off speed and over for a strike 0-1. Pride is struck out swinging and grounded to second base. 0-1 the count on Curtis, leading things off for the Bees here in the seventh. Billingsley's pitch swung on, chopped over the mound. The second baseman Garcia charging, gloving, and throwing to first to get Pride by a step. One away here in the seventh. Here's Brian Specht, who's fly to left and struck out swinging. A 2-2 ball game between the Bees and Las Vegas. Game 3 of this 4-game series, which will wrap up tomorrow night. Casey Ohlenberger for the Bees, DJ Holton for Las Vegas. Specht shows bunt and takes outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Brian. Ibar in near the edge of the grass at third. Now Billingsley's 1-0 pitch. Swung on it high in the air to right field. Weber going back to the wall. It's up there, and it is gone! A home run for Brian Specht, his second of the year, and the Bees take a 3-2 lead. For Brian, as I mentioned, his second home run of the year. Both have come from the left side of the plate. And so the Bees now out in front again by a run at 3-2. Now here's Ryan Buddy, who's been up twice and each time taking a call third strike as he pops the first pitch foul. First base side, strike 1. That is just the third home run surrendered by Billingsley this year against the Bees, or third year overall, the second by a Bees batter. Dallas McPherson has the other. There's a breaking ball low, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the wind by Billingsley, the pitch. Into the dirt, bounces off the glove of the catcher Martin, and the count's 2-1. Activity now in the Las Vegas bullpen as the left-hander has started to throw. As Billingsley gives up the lead on the home run by Brian Specht. The 2-1 offering. Buddy starts after it and takes a fastball strike on the outside corner under the belt, 2-2. That is Hong Chi Kuo, who was just sent down from the Dodgers earlier this week. The 2-2 to Buddy, swung on, line towards left, Young coming on, ties forward to make the catch. A tough play, a liner right at him, and he wasn't sure what that was going to do. That may have taken a knuckleball-like nose dive, but Elwin Young able to dive forward and make the grab for the second out of the inning. So 2 away, and that'll bring up Casey Smith, who's bounced to second and struck out swinging. For Las Vegas in the 8th, it'll be Duncan, Valdez, and Weber, the 9-1 and 2 hitters due up. First pitch to Casey is a little bit low, ball 1. Again, this is only the second outing this year that Billingsley has gone into the 7th inning. The 1-0. There's a strike in the outside corner at the knees, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the Angels falling for the 6th straight time today, losing at Detroit 2-1. 1-1 to Smith, breaking ball low and outside to the right-hand batter, and the count's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Billingsley stares in, gets his sign from his catcher Martin, and the 2-1 pitch. Low and outside, knocked down by the catcher Martin, and the count's 3-1. Billingsley, as we mentioned earlier, opened his professional career 3 years ago after signing as a first-round draft pick. Began his career with the Ogden Raptors, winning 5 and losing 4 in 11 starts. The 3-1 pitch on the way, low and outside for ball 4. That is the first walk issued by Billingsley in the ball game. So runner at first base, 2 outs to the top of the order, and Eric Ibar, who's 3 for 3. Billingsley nowhere in the top 6 as far as bonuses are concerned in Dodger history. But he is the number 1 prospect according to Baseball America in the Dodgers organization. So here's Eric Ibar, singled and scored in the first, singled and scored in the third, and reached on an infield single in the 5th. So he's 3 for 3. Smith at first with 2 outs in a 3-2 ball game in favor of the Bees. The pitch, breaking ball, strike on the inside corner at the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Willie Ibar, his brother, even with a bag at third. The outfield way around towards left. Now the pitch, swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Bees trying to go 8 games above 500 for the first time this year. Again, after 25 games, they have equaled their best start in franchise history at 16-9, which they did in 2000, 2001, and 2005. The 0-2 pitch, a fastball fouled back into the screen, and it's still 0-2. So 2 outs, a runner at first, a run in on Brian Speck's second home run of the year to put the Bees out in front, 3-2. Greg Jones, who has scuffled this year, is up in the Salt Lake bullpen. Now Billingsley ready, and the 0-2 to Ibar. Smith takes off, the pitch high and outside, the throw bounces in, and out at second base is Casey Smith. A good scoop by Valdez and tag to get Casey as he slid into second base. So 1 run on the home run by Speck, 1 hit. Nobody left on base. As we go to the 8th, it's now the Bees 3, Las Vegas 2 on ESPN 1230.
Dreaming of owning your own home? Cypress Credit Union would like to make your dream a reality with fantastic rates on low-fee construction and mortgage loans. Visit CypressCU.com or speak to a mortgage specialist at 260-7600. We'll help you determine your home buying power and the loan that best fits your needs. Mention this ad and we'll waive the $175 processing fee when you get your mortgage.
Cypress Credit Union. Your future is our future.
Equal housing lender.
Let's face it, life's full of little dings and dents, particularly when you or your teenager are driving. At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we realize not every fender bender requires a lengthy dialogue with an insurance agent. To keep your insurance premiums down, it's sometimes better to handle a repair on your own, especially when the damage is mostly just a cosmetic annoyance. Bring your dinged and dented vehicle to Abra and let us help you and your family get the quality repair you need at a price you can afford. We've been at it for over 20 years, and with the best trained technicians in the industry, we can make your car sparkle like it did before you or your teenager had an unfortunate mishap. So, even when you are not submitting an insurance claim, let Abra work with you to get an affordable, quality repair with a lifetime warranty. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an immediate appointment.
We go to the eighth inning, and the Bees now out in front by a score of 3-2 as right-hander Greg Jones comes on for Stephen Shell. Jones making his 11th appearance of the year. In 10 2/3 innings, he's given up 13 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned. He has struck out 11 and walked 5. Jones 1-2 with 3 saves with a 5.91 earned run average. The PCL batting .295 against Greg. We mentioned he was struggling. He has 3 saves, but that's in 7 save opportunities this year. One of those blown saves came against Las Vegas when the 51 scored 2 runs in the bottom of the ninth on a 2-out bases loaded single by Wilson Valdez to give the 51s an 8-7 win. Jeff Duncan to lead things off, called out on strikes his last time up. He's 0 for 2. He tries to butt his way on, but comes up empty, and the count's 0-1. Stephen Shell, another fine outing in just his second AAA start. In 7 innings, he gave up 5 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned. Striking out 3, walking 1. He did surrender a home run to Sergio Garcia. The 0-1 pitch, swinging a ground ball, back to first, gobbled up by Kendry Morales. He'll take it 2 steps to the back for out number 1. So Duncan retired, 1 away to the top of the order, and Wilson Valdez. Valdez fouled out to the first baseman Morales, his first time up. Time now for what's ahead on the road for the Bees, brought to you by Big O Tires, a reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires. One more game here against Las Vegas tomorrow in the AAA edition of the Freeway Series. And then the Tacoma Rainiers come in for a 4-game series beginning Friday night. The Bees' next road trip begins on Tuesday with the first trip to the Midwest in 3 years. First pitch to Valdez, in at the knees, a strike, and it's 0-1. 4 games at Omaha, followed by 4 games in Des Moines against the Iowa Cubs. Jones, the 0-1. Swung on and lined into right center field for a base hit. Reggie Willits over to cut it off and hold Valdez to a 1-out single. Just the 6th hit of the ball game for Las Vegas.
Number 11, John Weber.
Brings up John Weber, who's 1 for 3. Bounce back to the pitcher Shell his last time up. Jones' first appearance in this series here in Salt Lake City. In Las Vegas, Weber had a single in 2 at-bats against Jones. So 1 on, 1 out. The middle infielders at double play depth with the third baseman Smith even with the bag and wide of it at third. The pitch to Weber, down low, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Weber. Came over as a waiver claim by the Dodgers in November of 2004, originally in the Cincinnati Reds organization. Jones ready. There goes the runner. The pitch is a broken bat looper into right center field. Willits coming on to make the catch, and scampering back to first is Valdez as the barrel of the bat winds up about 3/4 of the way up from home plate towards first base. So Weber retired, 2 out. That'll bring up Willie Ibar. Drove in the first Las Vegas run with a sacrifice fly in the first, singled in the third, and grounded out to Brian Specht at second base in the 6th. So Ibar, the batter, against Greg Jones, faced him once in Las Vegas and went down swinging. So the tying run at first, 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. The Bees leading Las Vegas 3-2. Jones the step off on the throw to first, and Valdez is back in standing up. Valdez has 2 stolen bases this year, but he's been thrown out 3 times trying to steal. Infield back, of course, with 2 outs. The outfield straight away for Ibar. The pitch just outside at the knees. Ball 1 is sacrifice fly and run batted in the first. For Ibar is league leading 29th run batted in of the year. 2 ahead of Portland's Justin Leone. The 1-0. Swung on and lofted into left center. Curtis Pride drifting over, calling off Reggie Willits, and he'll put it away for the 3rd out of the inning. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. As we go to the bottom of the 8th, it's the Bees 3, Las Vegas 2 on ESPN 1230.
If you're in the market for a home theater system or new TV, RC Willey is the only place to shop. No one has the largest selection of complete home theater systems, high-definition big screen, flat panel LCD, and plasma TVs. Items are in stock for same-day delivery. Choose from the name brands you prefer, including Sony, Panasonic, Samsung, Mitsubishi, and Toshiba. Come in today and find out how you can pay 0 interest for 12 months on purchases of $4.99 or more. RC Willey, one place, so many possibilities.
Next. Hi, I'd like 3 pounds of fresh salmon, and can you cut me a couple of T-bone steaks about 2 inches thick?
Yes, ma'am. Say, anyone ever tell you you look like Patricia Heaton?
Oh, thank you. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Hey, can we marinate your steaks while you shop and suggest a recipe for the salmon?
Ooh, you had me at marinade. Thanks.
Oh, now I know who you are.
Hi, I'm...
the driver of my kid's school bus.
That's me. Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Oh, hi, Miss Heaton. Need help selecting produce?
Do you have any good cooking ideas for mushrooms and tomatoes?
How about pan-seared portobellos and roasted romas?
That sounds good.
Of course, you could saute shiitakes and tureen tomatoes, or braise the buttons and bake some beefsteak.
No more calls. We have a winner. You know your stuff.
I try. We do carry over 300 different kinds of fruits and vegetables.
You've been very helpful. How are you with auditions?
For quality and selection, Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Back, buddy.
For your Salt Lake teams is the shortstop. Number 3, Eric Ibar.
Eric Ibar, Reggie Willits, and Tommy Murphy, the top of the Bees order to face Hong Chi Kuo, making his 2nd appearance since being sent down from the Dodgers earlier this week. Kuo gave up 1 run. It was earned without the benefit of a base hit here on Monday in 10 appearances for Los Angeles. He was 0-3 with a 5.54 earned run average. Eric Ibar, to lead things off, shows bunt and misses a pitch that was about below the cap high for strike 1. Ibar, 3 for 3, was at the plate when Casey Smith was thrown out, trying to steal to end the 7th inning. These have had a couple of base runners thrown out on the paths tonight. 1 strike on Ibar, the pitch. Off speed and a little bit high, ball 1. Salt Lake leading the league. That's the 22nd and 23rd time that a Bees runner's been thrown out trying to steal. But with 35 successful stolen bases, they are 2nd in the league in that department. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Ibar takes a fastball strike in the outside corner under the belt, and the count's 1-2. Ibar, his 3rd 3-hit game of the year, looking for his first 4-hit night. If he does so, he would be the 5th Bees player to have 4 hits in a game. Tommy Murphy's done it twice. The 1-2 to Ibar. Swung on and lifted foul, slicing out of play down the right field line, and the count remains 1-2. Howie Kendrick, who's currently with the Angels, and Mike Napoli has the other 4-hit night. In the 9th for Las Vegas, they'll have Guzman, Young, and Loney, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, due up. 1-2, the count on Ibar. Kuo's pitch. Inside, no, strike 3 called, and Ibar can't believe it. He was spinning to get out of the way, although, to be honest, it looked like one of those tricks of the trade where you look like you're trying to spin out of the way of an inside pitch, when in fact you're trying to get hit by it. Still, the pitch looked inside, but Ibar gets rung up. First strikeout for Kuo. That is the 10th punch-out for Las Vegas pitching in the ball game. So 1 out. And that'll bring up Reggie Willits, who's 1 for 2, including a run-scoring triple in the third inning. Swing! And a miss at a fastball, strike one. Talking with Reggie earlier today, he enjoyed his 10-day stint with the Angels, even though he was idle throughout all of that time as far as any plate appearances. He pinched, ran twice, was thrown out trying to steal in one of those situations. Now the 0-1. Fastball outside, 1-1, but did what he could to try to stay sharp at the plate. In his first game back here on Monday, he went 2 for 4. And so far for the series, including tonight, he's 4 for 10. So whatever work he put in was well worth it while he was with the Angels. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Willits. The pitch low for a ball, and it's 2-1. Once again tonight, Brian Harper able to put together a lineup in which the top 4 hitters are all switch hitters. Eric Ibar, Reggie Willits, Tommy Murphy, and Kendry Morales. Willits, of course, batting right-handed against the lefty Quo. The 2-1, fastball high, ball 3. 3-1 the count. Pablo Ozuna, of all people, just homered with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth for the White Sox to tie Seattle at 5. Red Sox and Blue Jays tied 6-6 in the ninth at Fenway. That game's been back and forth all night. Now the 3-1 pitch to Willits. Fastball strike on the inside corner to knees, 3-2. Giants shut out Milwaukee 2-0. Barry Bonds, who got hit in the head by a ball during batting practice but played, was kept in the yard. The only home run of the ball game by Pedro Feliz for San Francisco. Full count on Willits. The payoff pitch from Quo. Swing and a foul back into the screen. So the count remains 3-2. Quo from Tainan City in Taiwan. Part of the bullpen shuffle the Dodgers made on Monday, with Quo coming down along with Lance Carter after the Dodgers blew a 5-0 lead in the bottom of the ninth at San Diego. The Padres tied it with 5 and won it with a run in the 10th, although neither Quo nor Carter were a part of that inning. Swing and a miss at a fastball. Willits goes down, and Quo's come on to strike out the first 2 batters he faced. 2 up, 2 down.
Number 18, Anderson Rosario.
Now here's Anderson Rosario, who replaced Tommy Murphy in the outfield. Only his second at bat out of extended spring training. Rosario, of course, last year spent 47 games with the Orem Owls. Finally got his first AAA at bat last night and bounced into a fielder's choice. Swing and a miss at a fastball, strike one. Anderson Rosario out of Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic was brought up from extended spring training when Reggie Willits first joined the Angels. The 0-1, swing and a bounce foul. That one glancing off the glove of the catcher Martin, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on Rosario. These 3, Las Vegas 2, were in the bottom of the 8th. Salt Lake taking the lead on Brian Speck's 7th inning home run. Quo ready, the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that retires the side. Quo strikes out the side in order. 1, 2, 3. Nothing across. We go to the ninth. It's the B's 3, Las Vegas 2 on ESPN 1230.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the best tire warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. Big O's free replacement warranty is the best in the business and gives you free services with your tires like balancing, rotating, and flat repair. Plus, with Big O Tires speed lane service, you can have your tires mounted, balanced, and on your vehicle in 20 minutes or less. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
Attention Utah business owners. Not sure what directory to advertise in? Do they all seem the same? Phone Directories Company has the solution. From Salt Lake to St. George, we cover Utah with 15 great directories, all designed with the Utah communities in mind. Our memorable covers and unique features make them the directories of choice for your customers. With affordable pricing and local sales representatives, advertising has never been easier. Let us make the difference in your business. PDC, Phone Directories Company. Great people, great books, great results. To advertise, call 1-800-228-0801.
You can bring home more during PetSmart bonus days, so it might be smart to prepare your cat ahead of time.
Okay, Maurice, Mom's going to come home with more food than usual, but that doesn't mean we're getting another cat. I know you're very sensitive about sharing my attention. So more cat, no. More food, yes.
Get more free during PetSmart bonus days, like 25% more free in select 10-pound bags of Iams cat food. A bonus for you and your pet. That's smart. PetSmart. While supplies last, see store for details.
All right, we go to the ninth. Greg Jones trying to nail down his fourth save, but he's got a tough row to hoe with Joel Guzman, Elwin Young, and James Loney, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up in the Las Vegas batting order. Guzman 0 for 3. He struck out his first time up. And since then, he has twice bounced to Casey Smith, the third. First pitch, a breaking ball from Jones, and at the knees for a strike. And the count's 0-1. The Bees here in the ninth inning with Clyde, Willits, and Rosario in left, center, and right. Smith, Ibar, Specht, and Morales, the infield third to first. Greg Jones pitching, Ryan Buddy catching. Swing and a miss with a slider, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Greg Jones looking for his 22nd career save. And in a Salt Lake uniform, that's third in the league, or third in franchise history. 2 behind Scott Watkins if he picks up the save here. Of course, Bart Miotich, the runaway leader with 57 saves during his tenure with the Stingers. 0-2 the count on Guzman. Jones pitch. Just missed outside, and Guzman didn't go after it, and the count's 1-2. Joel Guzman singled in his only at bat against Greg in Las Vegas. Now Jones ready, the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, and he singles again. A line drive, base hit into left field, and the potential tying runs at first with nobody out. Quickly, Ryan Buddy out to settle down Greg Jones. Guzman over at first, 2 out of 4 in the stolen base department this year. Here's Delwyn Young, 1 for 3. Reached on an infield single his last time up. Struck out the only time he faced Greg this year. For Las Vegas, Lance Carter, a right-hander, working in the bullpen, just in case there is a bottom of the ninth. Carter at first base, nobody out. The pitch swung on, popped up foul, third base side. That's going to make its way into the upper deck. And the count on Young is 0-1. The middle infield at double play depth. Casey Smith even with the bag at third. The outfield shaded towards left. The right fielder Rosario only about 3 steps in front of the warning track. Jones ready, the 0-1. Swing and a miss and a splitter, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on Young. Jones, though, got ahead of Guzman 0-2 before Joel singled on the 1-2 offering. No balls, 2 strikes as Jones steps off. No, just a very slight breeze as Old Glory barely wafting in the wind down on the left field flagpole. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on, ground ball, could be 2. Ibar to his left, and it takes a hop on and off his glove out into center field. Guzman takes the turn and goes to third into second base with a head-first dive as Delwyn Young. And Las Vegas with runners at second and third, and nobody out. It looked like a double play ball, but that last hop came up a bit and went off the heel of the mid of Eric Ibar into center field. So instead of the possibility of 2 outs and nobody on base, it's runners at second and third nobody out, and they're going to give Young a hustle double. So now the tying runs at third and the go-ahead runs at second base with nobody out. And the batter will be James Loney, the first baseman. Wide out to left field his last time up. He's 0 for 3 on the night. Facing Greg Jones for the first time. So another tough go of it for Greg Jones, trying to protect a 3-2 lead. The infield will be in at the corners and not quite halfway at short and second. They're going to intentionally walk Loney to set up the force play and also bring up a right-handed batter in Russell Martin. But again, Martin is batting .500, 10 for 20 against Salt Lake pitching this year. And in his only at bat against Greg Jones, he delivered an RBI double. So ball 3 has been delivered, and in just a moment, ball 4 in Las Vegas will have the bases loaded with nobody out. And Russell Martin at the plate. Martin so far this year, 0 for 2 with the bases loaded. So he'll stroll to the plate. Ryan Buddy with a quick word for Greg Jones. So Guzman at third, Young at second, and Loney at first with nobody out. And again, the corner men are in. Double play depth for Ibar at short and Specht at second, where they'll turn 2 there, conceding the tying run. Ground ball to the corner. They'll come home to get the first out. Jones ready, and the pitch to Martin. Swung on and skied to right field. Rosario back on the edge of the track underneath it, makes the catch. Tagging at third and scoring Guzman. Young will tag at second base, go to third, throw back to first, and safe there on a head-first slide is James Loney. So it's a sacrifice fly for Russell Martin. A run batted in, and we're tied at 3. For Martin, his 9th run batted in of the year. 4 have come against Salt Lake. Loney a bit slow getting up at first. So Greg Jones suffers his 5th blown save and 8 save opportunities. Now once again the infield double play depth for Sergio Garcia, who's 1 for 3. That one a solo homer. So Carter begins to warm up in earnest down the left field line, knowing for sure now there will be a bottom of the 9th. A pitch on the way. Swing and a miss with a slider. Strike 1. So in the bottom of the 9th, the Bees will have Morales, Gorneau, and Pride due up, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in Brian Harper's batting order. Meanwhile, the Las Vegas skipper, Jerry Royster, going through the signs at third as Jones comes set. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss with a slider, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Jeff Duncan, the center fielder, is due next. 0-2 on Garcia. Now Jones ready from the stretch. The kick in the 0-2. Swing at a fastball and a foul. Back into the screen. It's still 0-2. Again, Lance Carter up in the Las Vegas bullpen down the left field line. And the outfield a couple of steps towards left. The pitch. Breaking ball just a little bit low. Ball 1. 1-2 the count on Garcia. Signed by the Dodgers as a non-drafted free agent in June of 2002 out of the University of Oklahoma. Jones ready. The 1-2. Fly ball, center field. Willits going back, now slowing down to make the catch. But tagging at third is Young, and he'll come in to score the go-ahead run. Tagging at first is Loney. He goes to second. It's a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Sergio Garcia. And the 51s take a 4-3 lead.
Number 5, Jeff Duncan.
So now here's Jeff Duncan, who's 0 for 3. Well, the Bees have not fared all that well in close games. And now again they trail by a run. These are 2 and 4 this year in 1-run games as Duncan fouls one off quickly into the upper deck behind third, and the count's 0-1. They have now been outscored in the 9th inning this year, 16-2. No balls, 1 strike. Jones pitched, but time called before he can deliver. So the Bees will need to come up with some dramatics in the bottom of the 9th. Again, Morales, Gorno, and Pride due up. Oh, and 1 the count. The pitch to Duncan. Fastball strike in the outside corner at the knees, 0-2. If the Bees do not rally, it would be the 3rd time this year that they would have lost the game when leading going into the 9th. Jones ready. The 2-strike pitch to Duncan. Breaking ball into the dirt. Bounces away from the catcher buddy. Rolls back to the screen and on to third. Goes James Loney on what will likely be a wild pitch. And that for Greg Jones would be his 3rd of the season. So the count on Duncan 1-2. As again a struggle for Greg Jones here tonight. A 1-2 now on Duncan. Jones ready. The pitch. Swung on, chopped up the first base side. Morales near the bag has it. Steps on the bag for the out. And that'll do it for Las Vegas in the 9th. But they take the lead. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner was left on base. As we go to the bottom of the 9th, it's Las Vegas 4, the Bees 3 on ESPN 1230.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Really Loud Cell Phone Talker Guy.
Mr. Really Loud Cell Phone Talker Guy.
Ignoring the latest advances in cell phone technology, you bark into your phone as if you were communicating with 2 cans and a string.
You're breaking up now.
Discussing your cousin's intestinal problems during a quiet dinner party? Unacceptable. Discussing them while on your cell phone at a quiet dinner party? Perfectly acceptable.
Can you keep a secret?
Nothing screams, I'm important, more than a man who screams, I'm important, into his cell phone.
Did I mention I'm important?
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light of Duke of the Decibel, because when we need a friend, you're the one we call.
Mr. Really Loud Cell Phone Talker
Bud
Guy.
Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
If you're renting, you're putting money directly into someone else's pocket. America First Credit Union has a variety of mortgage options to help you invest in a new home and build a solid financial future for you and your family. You can tailor your loan to your situation and your budget with low monthly payments. Visit AmericaFirst.com or stop by any America First Credit Union branch today. At America First Credit Union, members come first. Member NCUA, Equal Housing and Opportunity Lender.
Well, we go to the 9th inning, and the Bees trying to pull one out at the bottom of the 9th after Las Vegas gets back-to-back sacrifice flies in the top half of the 9th to take a 4-3 lead. Lance Carter in for the 2nd time in this series. Gave up 1 hit, no runs in 1 inning on Monday in his first appearance after being sent down by the Dodgers, where in 8 appearances he was 0-1 with a 7.45 earned run average. Well, the Bees trying to pull one out in their final at bat. Morales struck out into a double play, strike him out, throw him out double play in the 6th. First pitch from Carter bounces in front of home plate. Ball 1. Las Vegas with Young, Duncan, and Weber in left, center, and right. Ibar, Valdez, Garcia, and Loney, the infield third to first. A battery of Carter pitching, and Russell Martin catching. Now the 1-0. Morales swings and lifts it in the air towards left center. Jeff Duncan coming in, and he'll glove it for the first out of the inning. Morales retired, 1 away for Nick Gorno. For the Bees, right-hander Marcus Gwynn is loosening up, just in case there is a 10th inning. Gorno doubled back in the fourth. Lance Carter, 6'1", 190, out of Bradenton, Florida, pitched for Tampa Bay and AAA Durham last year. Gorno takes a breaking ball in at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. Hong Chi Kuo, the pitcher of record for Las Vegas, if they hold on here in the bottom of the ninth. The 0-1 to Gorno. Fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-2. Bees have struck out 12 times tonight. Their season high 14, and they did it on back-to-back nights in Las Vegas back in early April. Now the 0-2 to Gorno. Curveball just outside at the knees, 1-2. Outfield straight away. The infield is back. 4 runs on 8 hits for Las Vegas. 3 runs on 7 hits for the Bees. The 1-2 to Gorno. Into the dirt. Blocked for the catcher Martin. The count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. For 3 Las Vegas as they scored 2 runs in the top of the ninth. They loaded the bases with nobody out, but got consecutive sacrifice flies from Russell Martin and Sergio Garcia, the 7 and 8 hitters in Jerry Royster's batting order. Now the 2-2 to Gorno. Swung on, chopped back at third, backhanded by Ibar. The off-balance throw across the first in time for the out. Nicely done by Ibar, charging in, backhanding the ball, jumping into the air towards foul territory and firing a strike to first. And now the Bees down to their final at-bat, and here's Curtis Pride. Struck out swinging in the second. Since then, he has twice bounced out to second base. So the Bees down to their last out here in the bottom of the ninth. Curtis trying to keep things going with Brian Specht on deck. The pitch. Breaking ball, low and inside, bounced in front of Russell Martin, and the count's 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. The outfield shaded towards left. Now Carter's 1-0 pitch. Swing and a tap foul, and that one bangs off the shin guards of the catcher Martin, and the count's even at 1-1. And Specht, who put the Bees out in front with his 7th inning home run, is scheduled next. Las Vegas, though, trying to put the exclamation point on this comeback win. The 1-1 pitch. A fastball strike to the outside corner at the knees, 1-2. Curtis Pride not happy with the call. Neither are some of the umpires sitting in the green seats. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Pride. Taking his time, getting set in the batter's box. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Taps the plate with his bat twice, and now Carter winds the 1-2 to Curtis. Just outside at the knees, ball 2. 2-2 the count. All right, again, stepping out. Again, the veteran hitter. 24 hits away from 1,200 in his minor league career. The 2-2 to Pride. Swing and a miss at a fastball away. He struck him out, and the ball game is over. As the bullpen for Las Vegas retires all 6 batters they face, 4 of them by strikeout. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. The final score, the Las Vegas 51s 4 and the Salt Lake Bees 3. Back with the 10th inning show next on ESPN 1230.
The game is over, and the fans are headed home. Stay tuned. The 10th inning show is coming up next. You've been listening to Salt Lake Bees Baseball on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Hot Dog Eating Contest contestant.
Mr. Hot Dog Eating Contest contestant.
What does it take to eat 2 dozen hot dogs in 12 minutes? determination, fortitude, and a complete disregard for what they actually put in a hot dog.
Open wide!
How many times have we said, sure, one hot dog is nice, but 47 more would really hit the spot?
Get me to a bathroom!
What's for dessert? 9 pounds of antacids, 1 bleeding ulcer, and 7 hours of routine angioplasty.
My neck don't feel tingly.
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, old diplomat of the dog, because our appetite for you will never be satisfied.
Mr. Hot Doggy, kind of
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. For more than 25 years, there's been a guy you've trusted, a guy you've known, Larry H. Miller. Since 1979, when Larry H. Miller opened his first automotive dealership, he's had one primary goal in mind, to make our communities grow stronger and better by offering the very best in quality, service, selection, and price. And since that day, nearly 3 decades ago, you've been there to help the Larry H. Miller dealerships become one of the largest and most respected dealership groups in the entire country. And for that, we say thank you. Today, you can choose to shop at more than a dozen of our automotive dealerships along the Wasatch Front, almost all of which feature dealership service centers on site. We also have 3 state-of-the-art collision repair facilities to serve you. We know that we could not continue to grow our business without yours. So when it comes to your next car, there's a guy you know who cares about values, honor, integrity, and trust. Larry H. Miller. After all, you know this guy.
Welcome to the 10th Inning Show, a complete recap of today's game, as well as a look at other games around the major leagues and the Pacific Coast League. Once again, let's go back to the ballpark with the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
Well, welcome back to Franklin Covey Field. A tough loss for the Bees tonight as they give up 2 runs in the 9th inning and fall to the 51s by a final score of 4-3. Totals in the ball game for Las Vegas: 4 runs on 8 hits, no errors, and 5 runners left on base. For the Bees, 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors, and they left 3 runners on base. The winning pitcher, Hong Chi Kuo, now 1-0. The losing pitcher, Greg Jones, drops to 1-3. Lance Carter comes on and records his first save of the season. Time of the game, a snappy 2 hours, 22 minutes, and the paid attendance 3,420. As again, the Las Vegas 51 took a 1-0 lead in the first. Bees came back with 1 in the first and 1 in the third to take the lead. Sergio Garcia tied the game in the 5th with a solo homer, but Brian Speck broke the tie with a solo shot of his own in the 7th until the 9th inning when Joel Guzman, a line drive single to center. Galwin Young would appear to be a double play ball up the middle, but at the last moment it took a funny hop and went off the heel of the glove of Ibar. It slowed the ball down enough to where Guzman went to third, and the batter Young was able to take second base. So James Loney was intentionally walked. Russell Martin with a sacrifice fly to right to bring home Guzman with a tying run. Young advancing to third. He came home on the deep fly ball by Sergio Garcia to give Las Vegas the lead, and then Lance Carter set the side down in order 1-2-3 in the 9th inning. So the Bees fall to 16-10 on the year, while the 51s go to 17-10. Las Vegas now with a 4-3 edge in the season series, as the Bees have taken 2 out of 3 here against Las Vegas, needing a win now tomorrow to pick up a series win over the 51s. This also drops the Bees' lead in the division back down to 1/2 game, as Tacoma won their ball game earlier today. We'll have the results on that contest as well as the rest in baseball coming up next on our final check of the Abra scoreboard after this 2-minute timeout on ESPN 1230.
Here's Papa John himself to tell you about Papa John's specialty pizzas.
A specialty pizza with an unexpected taste. That's the way I like it. Choose any of our specialty pizzas like Hawaiian barbecue chicken, the works, the meat, or garden fresh. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John.
Limited delivery area, charges may apply.
Salt Lake City City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates in town. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hi, Stock Exchange? Hi. Can I speak with a bell ringer? Yeah, the person who rings that morning bell. Oh, well, I have an announcement to make. Oh, see, I need to tell everyone on the exchange floor that I'm selling my home. Yeah, that's right, I'm selling my home. Oh, well, I need the Dow to stay up. Give those stockbrokers a little added motivation, keep the economy moving so my home will sell faster. Well, it can't hurt.
Okay, so you can't influence the economy, but choosing a Coldwell Banker residential brokerage agent will help you get the best price for your home, no matter what the market conditions are. Coldwell Banker agents are the most well-trained real estate professionals in the business. They're at the cutting edge of local and national market trends. They use the most advanced marketing tools in the industry, and they specialize in strategically positioning your home so it sells on your terms. Get every advantage when you sell your home.
Yep, still me. Still holding for that bell ringer person.
Call a Coldwell Banker professional in your neighborhood or visit UtahHomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
Welcome back to Franklin County Field, where the 51s rally with 2 runs in the 9th inning to defeat the Bees by a score of 4-3. Time now to take a look at the rest of the scores around the PCL and Major League Baseball on our Abra scoreboard. First of all, in the PCL, 4 games this afternoon. Tacoma shut out Colorado Springs by a score of 6-0. Nashville edged Iowa 4-3 on a bottom of the 9th walk-off home run by Corey Hart of Nashville off of former Singer Brandon Emanuel. Round Rock defeats Oklahoma 1-0 on a walk-off bottom of the 9th home run by Royce Huffman. Memphis clobbers New Orleans 17-4. At Albuquerque in the 8th, Omaha leads the Isotopes 4-1. In the bottom of the 3rd at Sacramento, the River Cats and the Beavers are tied 3-3. Former Singer David Matrenga with his 2nd home run of the year for Portland. And in the bottom of the 4th at Fresno, Tucson leads the Grizzlies by a score of 3-0. Scott Hairston with his 5th home run of the year. In the American League, they're in the bottom of the 11th at Texas. The Rangers won and the Orioles won. In the top of the 11th at Chicago, it's the White Sox 5 and the Mariners 5. As Pablo Ozuna homered with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th to tie the game up for Chicago. Cleveland leads at Oakland 4-3. The A's batting in the bottom of the 4th. Travis Hafner with his 10th home run of the year for Cleveland. Bobby Crosby is 4th for Oakland. Toronto pushed across a run in the 9th inning to defeat Boston 7-6. At Detroit, the Tigers got a run in the 8th to defeat the Angels 2-1. In 10 innings, the Yankees beat the Devil Rays 4-2, and Minnesota topped Kansas City by a score of 6-1. In the National League, after 4.5 in Phoenix, Arizona leads the Cubs 4-1. Chad Tracy with his 5th home run of the year. A 3-run blast in the 3rd inning. After 4 in Los Angeles, the Dodgers lead San Diego 1-0 on a Deoner Navarro home run, his 2nd of the year. At Philadelphia, the Phillies with 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th edged Atlanta 5-4. Aaron Rowan with his 4th home run. Florida got a run of the 9th to beat Washington in D.C. 6-5. In 12 innings at New York, the Mets edged the Pirates 4-3. At Milwaukee, the Giants shut out the Brewers 2-0. At Houston, the Astros edged St. Louis 5-4. Albert Pujols with his major league leading 15th home run of the year for the Cardinals. And Colorado shut out Cincinnati in Denver by a final score of 3-0. That's your Abra scoreboard. Back with the scoring highlights from tonight's game right after this 2-minute timeout on ESPN 1230.
If you're in the market for a home theater system or new TV, R.C. Willey is the only place to shop. No one has a larger selection of complete home theater systems, high-definition big screens, flat-panel LCD, and plasma TVs. Items are in stock for same-day delivery. Choose from the name brands you prefer, including Sony, Panasonic, Samsung, Mitsubishi, and Toshiba. Come in today and find out how you can pay 0 interest for 12 months on purchases of $4.99 or more. R.C. Willey, one place, so many possibilities.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates in town. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
Karl Malone Toyota has the sale that promises to be a home run. Karl Malone Toyota has teamed up with Costco to offer the low Costco discount prices. And for this week, get a $100 gas card with every purchase or lease. If you're trapped in your current vehicle, if you owe more than your car is worth, if you're over the mileage limit on your lease, if you need to rebuild your credit rating, then get to Karl Malone Toyota.
Karl Malone Toyota next to Costco. Once we make a deal, we'll pay off your old car, no matter how much you owe.
Karl Malone Toyota wants your trade-in. Get up to 130% of Kelley Blue Book value for it.
That's right. Karl Malone Toyota will buy your trade and offer you 130% of Kelley Blue Book value for it. All cars come with available Costco pricing, and all starting at just $88 down and $88 per month.
Now that's a home run.
Karl Malone Toyota, Southtown Auto Mall, just off the 106 South exit next to Costco.
100% book based on television.com. See the details.
Back at Franklin Covey Field, Las Vegas and the Bees meeting in Game 3 of the series between these two teams here. Saw Las Vegas take the lead in the first as Wilson Valdez opened up with a single to center field. John Weber a single to right, advanced Valdez to third. Putting runners at the corners, Willie Ibar's deep fly to right field scored Valdez to make it 1-0 Las Vegas. But the Bees would come back to tie it in the bottom of the first. Eric Ibar reached on an infield single. Stole second, was sacrificed over to third by Reggie Willits and scored on Tommy Murphy's ground out in the first inning to the pitcher Billingsley, who gloved the ball and tagged Murphy coming up the line to tie the game at 1-1. Then the Bees took the lead in the third with 2 out and nobody on base. Eric Ibar extended the inning with a line drive single into left field, bringing Reggie Willits to the plate. Now Billingsley, the 1-1. Swung on and lifted in the air to right center field. Going back is Duncan. It's up there, it's out there, and it hits the top of the fence. Here comes Ibar around third to score the go-ahead run. And Willits is into third base with an RBI triple. And the Bees have a 2-1 lead. So 2-1 Bees, but Willits was left stranded at third base. Then Nick Gourneau in the fourth doubled with 1 out, but he was stranded. And in the top of the fifth, Sergio Garcia leading off tied the game with 1 swing of the bat. After Shell delivers the 0-1 to Garcia. Swung on and look out. That ball's hit deep to left. It's up there, it's out there, and it is gone. Sergio Garcia with his second home run of this series, and the game is all tied up at 2-2. So a 2-2 ball game, and it stayed tied until 1 out in the 7th inning, and Brian Specht was at the plate facing Chad Billingsley. Now Billingsley's 1-0 pitch. Swung on it high in the air to right field. Weber going back to the wall. It's up there, it's out there, and it is gone! A home run for Brian Specht, his second of the year, and the Bees take a 3-2 lead. And it was a 3-2 lead they maintained until the 9th. Joel Guzman with a single to left. Then the aforementioned ground ball by Delwyn Young looked like it might be a double play ball, but it took a funny hop on Ibar just as it got there. Deflected off his glove into shallow center field. That allowed not only Guzman to go to third, but Young hustling all the way with a head-first dive into second with a double. That forced the Bees to intentionally walk James Loney. Russell Martin followed with a fly ball to right, deep enough to score Guzman to make it a 3-3 ball game with Young tagging at second and advancing to third. And then he scored on the sacrifice fly by Sergio Garcia. And Las Vegas had the lead and the win 4-3 as 3 of their 4 runs were scored on sacrifice flies. So it opens the door for a potential for the 51s to earn a split on this series tomorrow. While the Bees still with an opportunity to take the series 3 out of 4 if they can pick up the W tomorrow, as the Bees tonight fail for the 4th time this year to extend a winning streak to 4 games. So the Bees fall 4-3 to Las Vegas. We'll preview tomorrow night's pitching matchup right after this final timeout on ESPN 1230.
If you're in the market for a home theater system or new TV, RC Willey is the only place to shop. No one has a larger selection of complete home theater systems, high-definition big screens, flat panel LCD, and plasma TVs. Items are in stock for same-day delivery. Choose from the name brands you prefer, including Sony, Panasonic, Samsung, Mitsubishi, and Toshiba. Come in today and find out how you can pay 0 interest for 12 months on purchases of $4.99 or more. RC Willey, one place, so many possibilities.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates in town. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
Dreaming of owning your own home? Cypress Credit Union would like to make your dream a reality with fantastic rates on low-fee construction and mortgage loans. Visit CypressCU.com or speak to a mortgage specialist at 260-7600. We'll help you determine your home buying power and the loan that best fits your needs. Mention this ad and we'll waive the $175 processing fee when you get your mortgage.
Cypress Credit Union. Your future is our future.
Equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Mitch Jensen of Siegfried & Jensen. We all know Utah is a great sports state. Siegfried & Jensen is a proud sponsor of virtually all of Utah's professional teams. The Jazz, the Bees, the Blaze, the Grizzlies, and Real Soccer. In sports, winning is important. The same is true if you've been injured in an accident. To help ensure victory if you've been injured, you need a winning legal team on your side. Call us at Siegfried & Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried & Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
Well, the Bees fall short tonight as Las Vegas rallies with 2 runs in the ninth to defeat Salt Lake by a final score of 4-3. This series wraps up tomorrow night here at Franklin Covey Field with right-hander Casey Owenberg getting his 3rd start for Salt Lake. He does not have a decision as of yet. His mound opponent will be right-hander T.J. Holton, who has a record of 0-3, but still a solid ERA of an even 3. Again, game time 6:30 and Thirsty Thursday, so come on out and enjoy $2 beverages here at the ballpark, but if you can't, we'll be on the air at 6:10 with the On-Deck Circle. Our thanks to Isaac back in our studios here in Salt Lake City, and our thanks to you for listening. Once again, in 2 hours, 22 minutes, and in front of 3,420, the final score, the Las Vegas 51-4, and the Salt Lake Bees 3. I'm Steve Clowney saying good night, and so long from the ballpark.
This has been the 10th Inning Show. Make sure to be with us next time for Salt Lake Bees baseball on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.